up 41% from the field from 2-point range. It is really difficult to get anything around the basket against USC because they cover up the rim from 12 feet and in. So the defense of USC going against the juggernaut offense of Gonzaga is going to be really compelling to watch.
Tonight's winners, of course, advancing to the Final Four. Basketball this week, of course, baseball's opening day on Thursday. And coming up on Greeny, Hall of Famer Ozzie Smith, 11:30 Eastern time today. It's Tuesday, March 30th, birthday of Richard Sherman, currently a free agent. Most recently, of course, with the Niners. Niners still in a relationship with their quarterback, but admit they are looking for a new relationship. ESPN analyst Louis Riddick is here this morning, 8:45 Eastern on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. They're next. I'm Jay Reynolds. Back tomorrow with Sports Center all night. It's ESPN Radio.
Coming up Tuesday, the Baylor Bears are on their way to the Final Four. And I'll tell you why Baylor is still the only team who can beat Gonzaga. Plus, how important a Bears-Zags matchup is for college basketball. Tuesday morning on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin on ESPN Radio.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin starts next at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN News.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 6630 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 6630. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's opponents on Man versus Train. At the crossing, we have Rick, a 175-pound frustrated man who's running late for work. And on the tracks, we have Bull, a million-pound freight train that takes a mile to stop. Let's see who comes out on top.
You can't beat a train, so don't try. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening.
Sure.
Who's able to hear more than what's being said and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard.
I understand. Let's get started.
For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
You decided to upgrade your outdoor deck. So you ordered the essentials. A power washer, a set of patio chairs, and a shiny new grill. And you use your Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card, choosing to earn 3% cash back on online shopping and up to 5.25% as a Preferred Rewards member, which you put towards your most essential deck addition, a bird feeder. Apply for yours at bankofamerica.com/more rewarding. Copyright 2020 Bank of America Corporation.
It's Masters time, and you're totally missing out if you haven't used PropSwap to buy and sell your favorite golfer. PropSwap is the only app that allows you to pick your favorite golfer and then sell bets whenever you want. Many PropSwappers make thousands just by buying and selling their golfers all tournament long. This allows you to win over and over without your golfer ever touching that green jacket. Get in now while the odds are high, and then sell your tickets when the odds go down. Join us. Do some prop swapping today and get in on the very best way to become a winner.
Hey, it's Cuz. Listen, spring training isn't just for ball players. You could also get into shape before the warmer weather. Yeah, it only takes 40 days to lose 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's contractually guaranteed program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it all for the rest of your life. Not sure if you can do it alone? You're fully monitored by their certified staff, and you'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in 40 days, contractually guaranteed with NJ Diet. located close by in Princeton and Cherry Hill. You don't leave your house. NJ Diet, also available nationwide with live online video consultations. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
Yes. Tuesday edition of The John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And to emailer Adam, yes, it's a pink straw. Guy sent me an email the last 2 days. He's begging for me to respond back. So I'm going to respond right in the beginning. Yes, it's a pink straw. That's what they're giving out at Dunkin' Donuts.
Nice. It looks nice.
Guy says, you realize you got a pink straw, dude.
What's wrong with that?
That's what I said. But he said it, and I didn't respond a couple days. I'm like, yeah, it's a pink straw. It's from there. And there's my Gritty. Is Gritty good for you? There's Gritty, because the Flyers have won 2 games in a row. I believe they are closing Philadelphia Public Schools today in honor of it. That the Flyers did win 2 consecutive
Turning
games.
point in the season, John.
Oh, my gosh. Did Ty really put that out last night? Did Ty really put that out as a poll question last night?
I don't know.
Did the Flyers save their season? What?
6-1.
Save their season from what? Oh, my gosh. All right, we get ready to roll this morning. Is this going to be the Joe Girardi do-over first season? Last year, admittedly, 2020 was crazy town. Completely outrageous scenarios that nobody expected. No real spring training or structure. Those Fugazi 7-inning doubleheaders. None of those excuses exist this time around for the Phillies, though. The Phillies projected to be just a little better than mediocre. The fan base seems much more positive than that. Joe Girardi announced his rotation yesterday. Look, it's not crazy to think this team will be on the outside looking in for the playoffs. But yet again, they could find a way to surprise. So if I asked you to make the Phillies a playoff team in 2021, using only their existing roster, what would you have to do to make them a playoff team? For example, I'm going to say something like the Phillies starters pitch into the 7th 50% more than they did last year. Or the bullpen ERA drops by a 1.5. This team will be a playoff team. What makes this Phillies team a playoff team? I thought Phillies talk yesterday was a little negative. So this is a way to be a little positive. Maybe find a little silver lining to start your day. And that's where Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, the coach Eric Camille in absentia, and Connor and Mike are here. So we're all here for the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. So Bob, do a little speculating on the Phillies. What pushes the Phillies into being a playoff team and you're not allowed to acquire anybody else?
45.5. That's 40? The magic number, 45.5.
45.5. All right, Jamie, guess that.
Wins from the top 3 in the rotation.
Wow, look at the muscles on you.
Wow.
No.
Very good.
Oh, is it?
I thought you
That's it. Nola, Wheeler, and Eflin?
Yeah.
45.5.
45.5.
You want to go over that?
Need the over on that. 45.5. 17, 16, 13, something like that. Yeah, some combination. 45.5.
Saw
some props yesterday.
Sounds too good to be true, but that's what they need.
Zach Wheeler's over under I saw yesterday. 12.5 wins.
Look, if Joe Girardi is going to be scared to do something, it's to go to the bullpen. I think starters are going to get the opportunity to win games more than probably baseball allows right now.
Does Joe's binder tell him to do that?
Yeah, that's a good
Tired of those
point.
Freaking binders.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a perfect mix of old school and new school. Joe's got a lot to prove this year. He's got a lot to prove. He gets the excuse last year.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely. I agree.
I completely
throw it out.
For players, too. I swear.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I think last year was weird in general in all the sports. Look what the Flyers did.
Yeah, the Flyers were actually looking good back then.
I think the starting pitching absolutely needs to stay healthy or you have no shot. If you lose one guy, you're in trouble.
So you're telling me if the starting rotation stays intact,
I think they got a really good shot.
league champion Pat Egan joins us, fresh off his championship last night.
Congratulations.
That he watched on a computer screen.
I did.
Proud of you, Pat.
I must have been proud. So when did the T-shirt?
Scratched.
Did you get a T-shirt?
No, it's even better.
Hats?
We get a discount.
They didn't have hats or anything? T-shirts?
No, we get to hold a cup and then we have to give it back.
And you have to give it back?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
A cup like an athletic supporter or
no,
a cup
it's
trophy?
It's like a Stanley Cup.
Really?
You take a picture with it and then you got to give it back.
And you have to give it back.
And you weren't even there.
No, so I couldn't get my picture with it.
Oh my gosh!
I was in the press
we're
box.
sorry for you. We're sorry for you. What is it, Pat? What would be the thing that would push this Phillies team without any? You got to deal with the existing roster.
Their lineup is dangerous. It's really strong. This is probably the strongest lineup they've had since their run in the late.
Okay, so what do you need to
2000?
happen? I said there's something that
you need to have production from the center field spot. It's your biggest question mark, biggest weakness.
It's a big
you just
question
jumped
mark.
right in.
Yeah.
You're in big trouble then.
Sorry.
You're in big.
He asked the question.
You're in big trouble then. I mean, I didn't like Bob's. I mean, as far as I don't think that it can be reached.
Probably not. I just think that
45 and a half is a lot to ask because
you're talking 17, 16, 13.
No way.
And I know in a league where you go to the bullpen a lot, it's hard for starters to pile up wins. But you had a number, John. You said if they can bring the bullpen ERA run and a half, I'm looking way more than that.
No, but I'm saying a run and a half I think could be enough because they only missed the playoffs by a game.
Yeah, with the second worst bullpen ever.
That was last year as an 8-team playoff.
Yeah.
Too, which is a little bit different. Right now, we are still staring at the 5.
Oh, yeah. When are we going to find out?
Oh, I have no idea. It's Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball playoffs.
Stupid.
I mean, it's his. I believe they have to.
The season starts Thursday, right?
They have to put it down. The playoff format, I'm going to see if they have finally now. As of now,
yeah.
Major League Baseball is going forward with a 10-team postseason, it says here.
Well, you got the play-ins, right?
If the owners have their way, it will be 10 teams. The players have their way. Every team will be going to a 16. We still don't know.
That's ridiculous. It starts in 2 days.
It's ridiculous. I mean,
keep them guessing.
I don't understand.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
I have no idea. It says as right now, and I'm reading it directly. As of right now, Major League Baseball is going forward with the 10-team postseason, which is 2 wild cards and 3 division winners. As of now.
As of now, which means it can change.
If the owners have their way, the playoff field will expand.
Well, that might be the Phillies' best shot right there.
The expansion of the playoffs?
Yes.
I'm trying to be more positive than this. I'm trying to come up with something.
Look, I'm fairly positive. It's just that pitching rotation needs to stay healthy or you're absolutely screwed.
5 playoff spots they're not in.
I don't think so.
No, nor do I.
But
they'd be close.
But 8 they're in.
I agree.
I'll flat out 8 they're in. They're a postseason team.
No question.
But I'm not that impressed with 8.
But I mean,
being one of the 8 best teams in the National League doesn't do anything for me.
No, but if you get in there and you have Nolan Wheeler humming a little bit, and you get those 2 guys going first for you could be okay. I mean, that's baseball, but the bullpen they could lower, like I said last week, they could lower their ERA by 3 runs, and they would just be a middle of the road bullpen.
Yeah, but if they go by 3 runs, this team's pushing for a playoff spot potentially.
I would hope so. I mean, they had a 7.7 ERA last year out of the bullpen.
If you have a 4 ERA out of your bullpen,
you're a playoff team last year.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's a lot of jump for the bullpen, though.
It is, but that's just an average bullpen, too.
Everybody's so optimistic about the bullpen being great this year. Like, it's going to be so much better. It's so improved. And I'm going, okay, I think it'll be improved because it can't do anything else. But to improve by 3 runs, your ERA dropping by 3, Pat?
Be a mediocre bullpen? Yeah, I think that's a goal that we can accomplish here in Philadelphia. I think that those lofty expectations can be met.
Is 4 middle of the pack?
Yeah, we did this.
Yeah, well, Tyler, 4.3, 4.4 is middle.
Wait a minute, 4.5 is middle of the pack.
Well, I said if they drop it 3 runs, so that would go to 4.7.
Okay. Yeah, they could get
7-7.
I believe they could get to 4.7.
I think me, you, and Bob and Jamie could get the 4.7.
We might have a shot. Yeah.
I don't have any juice.
Throwing some Ephus pitches?
I might be able to tap out at 65.
69.
6 a.m. hour.
I didn't take it, Bob, because I'm mature.
6 a.m. hour is brought to you by our friends at Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White is here for the pro. I hear Ron Jaworski says, sensational.
And if I'm throwing 65, I probably got like 8 or 9 pitches in me.
Tendinitis? Something
no,
like
I'd
that?
say it's in the case of the fats.
It'll take 5 pitches for you to get up there, and then once you hit it, forget it. It's done.
Hey, you can receive a $5 rebate by trading up any non-contact thermometer toward an Exergen purchased at any retailer. Details at Exergen.com. Do you have the Exergen thermometer in your house?
I think so.
You have one. You don't have one you have to stick under the tongue.
No, we have the forehead going.
That's an Exergen.
Yeah.
That's an Exergen.
Yeah.
You
We got
Bob,
it.
you don't do that anymore, right?
No, we go. We go in the back.
Pat, we can't do that.
Why was that like the normal way to do it for so long?
Because parents also gave you enemas.
The better question is, why did it go away, Jamie?
My wife, when we first had kids, she liked doing that.
No!
Getting their temperature that way.
No.
Isn't there like mercury in it?
I don't know, dude.
Just taking a little
it could
mercury
explain
to
a lot after all these years.
That's terrible. I said, there's a good joke I'll tell you off the air about that makes a big spot. So we got plenty more coming up. So much I got to tell you, I don't feel as positive.
I feel positive.
I don't feel as positive about the Phillies after hearing you guys your things. I absolutely think you can improve the bullpen to being mediocre. I think you can, I guess, but I was expecting something to leave me a little more optimistic.
Well, it's funny. Mediocre is 3 runs. 3 runs. 3 runs. You knock off of the bullpen ERA, takes you to mediocre.
Bob said 45.5 for the 3 starters.
That's a lot.
I'd say,
look, that's a real lot.
I don't know that I'd bet the over if you told me 39.5. If you told me 39.5, I don't know that I'm betting the over. Pat, top 3 starters, over 39.5 wins?
In this division, that's going to be tough.
I don't think
I would take the under.
I'd take the under.
Wheeler's got to get to 16 or 17 if he got a shot. And I don't know if that's
I have him. Yeah, I have him or Nola either 16 or 17.
Do you have him getting 16 or 17 wins before like the games really get important at the end of the year?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's really not.
Wow.
That's the way it better happen.
Wow.
It's
I have nothing.
Hopefully, the ace will step up this year.
You mean like you did last year in September?
Step up, yeah, yeah.
We said last year didn't count.
Yeah, we did. We throw that out. Hey, Natural Lawn of America is safer for your lawn, your kids, and your pets. You can schedule their full-service program and get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. It's Natural Lawn of America with greener grass and fewer weeds. Guaranteed. How about that Flyers game last night?
Woo!
How
about that Flyers game last night?
Save the season, John.
Save the season from what?
I
mean, there's like...
I don't know.
Ty, I think Ty was trolling last night. I'm going to give
1,000% he was trolling.
Ty was absolutely trolling last night, and he didn't even give you the wink. Did that save the season, Flyers?
610.
610, yes, exactly. There's save the season from what? From what? That team, there are the memes this morning, or is it the GIFs? I can't tell. The still shots. The Flyers last night, their positioning is absolutely the worst.
John, what is that?
I've never. It's undisciplined.
Is it assistant coaching as far as where you are on the ice? Head coaching? I don't know.
If Elaine, I'll tell you right now, if Elaine Vigneault is here next year, and I'm going to say if, because this is bad right now. But this looks nothing like an Elaine Vigneault team, so I'm gonna say that he'll be back next year. His assistants won't.
I have a rule.
His assistants can't.
Yeah.
How about this? His assistants can't be back. That positioning last night, those 2 graphics we were looking at earlier.
Oh, it's atrocious.
It's peewee hockey stuff.
Yeah.
And I promise you this, I never had a high school team or a club hockey team that played that poor positioning.
And the 2 pictures John's talking about, in one of them, all 5 Flyers are almost in the blue paint.
What'd you say? Elliott could take his stick. His goalie stick last night in one shot. He could have held it at the tip at the end, and he could have touched 4 players on a penalty kill.
That's a problem.
That's impossible. That's impossible to happen.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous. It's peewee hockey stuff.
And then on the other one, all 5 Flyers on the left side of the ice.
Oh, my gosh.
And a Sabre on the right side with the puck.
Now, the thing is, if Alain Vigneault had wanted to really put out a strong effort last night, he would have asked Pat Egan to stay home. Now we know where you were last night, Pat. You were playing for the Flyers.
Look, they called me up and they needed a defenseman. They couldn't do any worse,
That
they
was
thought.
terrible.
Is it possible that the Norris Trophy can get renamed the Niskanen Trophy? Because apparently he's the world's greatest defenseman ever.
It's truly
How does one guy leaving just make an entire defense fall apart?
It is. I'm going to tell you there will be a coaching change.
There better be.
I'll guarantee it.
There has to be.
There'll be. AV should honestly, if they were smart, and I'm going to say if they were smart, I'm not trying to make an assumption here. If they were smart, they would make a coaching change.
Now.
Assistant coach now.
Yeah.
This team's terrible.
It's the worst defense I've seen from the Flyers.
I've never seen.
Maybe ever.
I think it's embarrassing the sweater.
Yeah.
This team's performances and the celebration last night.
Where did their IQ go?
If you closed your ears last night on the television broadcast, if you closed your eyes.
Why are you watching it?
Because I couldn't.
It's like a broken records point.
No,
like,
because there
mute
was.
them.
Because there was basketball on, so I'm flipping between basketball and that, so I cannot sync up 97.5 The Fanatic.
I get that, but when you flip over, hit the mute button.
No, I'm not just keep hitting the mute button back and forth. No. And what am I hearing? Like, I thought there was a Stanley Cup one last night.
Well, it's
at the end of the game. Win! Whoa! And they win!
Come on now. It's a big
Oh, my
comeback.
gosh. Terrible.
Big
Give
comeback
me a
there.
freaking break. Hey, in Cooney's Corner, 2 of the 8 Phillies that are starting on opening day. I'm going to tell you about them.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
2 of the 8 Phillies starters opening day.
So is it possible that the right fielder and the catcher, when years pass, look 3, 4, 5 years down the road, could they be the best all-time at their position for the Phillies? Because I think they could. Like Real Muto, Darren Dalton, Bob Boone, whatever we want to do.
He's on pace to
right?
Head past them.
He could be, because you have to have that defense in there also, just the overall athletic ability. And Bryce Harper, I think he's just going to string together 5 years of 25 to 30 and 100 RBIs, and it's going to be, he's the best right fielder you've ever had. So,
well,
I mean, you can
look at the Phillies outfield history. It's not stellar.
Well, they raised one All-Star since the 1970s. Yeah, one homegrown All-Star.
Well,
Did you know that?
Don Brown gets a cup.
I'll ask you this trivia question.
One homegrown.
It's 2 homegrown outfield All-Stars.
One is Don Brown, as Jamie
but
just
that doesn't
said.
even count because he flamed out.
I'm absolutely baffled.
Greg Luzinski.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So
that's inexcusable because you get 3 shots at it.
Yeah, so
exactly.
I've been saying this for years. It's insane when you think about it.
So you have 2 eras of Phillies baseball. One in the 80s when they won the championship, where you had the Boas and the Schmitz and the Carlton. You had the greatest guys at different positions. Then you go
and
to
homegrown.
Right. Then you go to 18, and you're talking Utley, Rollins, Howard. Same thing, right? Well, those guys won you World Series. Now you have Harper and Real Muto. It's rare that you get the best at the position more than once on a team, but when you do, shouldn't you be a little closer to a World Series than you are now?
There is something I'll say about it, though, is that those guys aren't homegrown, so I feel differently about it. I mean, I'll look different. I will always look at, even though Harper has completely embraced being Philadelphia and everything is, I will always look at him as a hired gun.
Sure. Real Muto's the same
even
way.
more.
Sure.
But it was an acquired
And they
hired gun.
came from 2 franchises that have good farm systems. How about
Really
that?
good farm systems.
How about that?
Really good farm systems. So I look at them differently. I don't look at them with less affection if they perform well.
Yeah, I just think it's rare that out of 8 position players, you may have 2 of the best of all time in your organization. If that's the case, shouldn't you be a little closer than they are?
What if
says to what they can home grow?
What if Alec Boehm is your first baseman of the future?
Well, I think
Which
he
I
is.
do believe he is.
I think he is too.
You could have 3.
I was just going to say, who's
have 3.
Who's the Phillies' best all-time first baseman?
Ryan Howard.
Ryan Howard. But Alec Boehm could be better. Alec Boehm look, I don't believe Alec Boehm will have a window of time. I believe Alec Boehm will have 12 seasons. I believe Alec Boehm will be Freddie Freeman-esque. And Ryan Howard was not. Ryan Howard had a window of time.
He had 5 years that were
he had 5
dominant
great years.
in Major League Baseball
There's a
history.
big difference between Ryan Howard is not Freddie Freeman. Ryan Howard had a window of time. Ryan Howard isn't going to give you a long, long career of just putting up those numbers, pencil them in every year.
Yeah, he was so dominant.
He was awesome.
This 5 years. I hope you're right about Alec
You can't
Boehm.
be all-time great of a franchise 5 years, can you?
Yeah,
when
you're
you get
winning
an MVP,
Rookie of the Year.
5 years?
50 home runs. Yeah,
I mean, that's how bad it's been.
No, but that's bad. That just tells you how bad it's been.
But those 5 years were historic for Major League Baseball.
5 years isn't an all-time great. It isn't.
It's hard to knock off. I mean, who else
Then
you got?
who's better?
What all-time greats do we talk about are 5 years?
Rico Bronya.
No, what all-time greats in sports do we talk about as being 5 years?
Well, you don't.
You don't.
I mean,
How about
organizationally,
we're talking
it was
about
a
franchise
window, You're
great.
talking about a window of time. Ryan Howard was spectacular, but you don't talk about all-time greats based on 5 seasons.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about franchise great.
No, I'm saying that's how bad it's been. Is what I'm saying.
because the
That's how
farm
bad-
system sucks.
If Alec Boehm becomes the first baseman of the Phillies, he will blow away what Ryan Howard did.
Whoa.
Because of the consistency. He'll do it for a length of time.
That's a big statement.
We got to see what his power it translates to over, because it's a power position.
Okay, what do you think he translates to? What would you feel
My
safe
guess
if
is
I gave you a 10-year window?
26, 27.
Okay, I was going to say 25.
Yeah, I'm right in
I
that
was going to say
area.
250 home runs over a 10-year period.
Yeah.
And then how many RBI a year?
I would hope he's right around 100.
I would say 80 to 90 is what I was going to guess.
All right, so you're talking Ryan Howard finished with 382 home runs and 1194 RBIs. It wasn't, I mean, the 5-year span was phenomenal, but he also went 22, 58, 47, 48, 45, 31, 33, and then towards the end, 23, 23, 25. Those are great years.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Even his bad years were better than a lot of first basemen in the league's
I think
good
Alec.
years.
I think Alec Boehm has a chance to be.
I think he's got a chance to be special.
Whoa. Let's not anoint him.
No, he's got a chance. That's why I say chance.
I got to preface it because it sounds a little bit
Not
like
when
you're
you
ready
say-
to.
Not if you don't understand what the word chance means. Maybe if you don't understand what the word.
I'm looking at you getting ready to head up to Cooperstown for the first time for the Alec Boehm.
If you don't understand what the word chance means, that is absolutely the case. You're putting guys in with 5 years.
I didn't say. I never said
all-time greats. All-time greats for 5 years. That's ridiculous.
I mean, Cooney just went through the numbers. They're pretty damn good.
5 years. It just tells you
It
how
was
bad
more than
you've
5
been.
years.
Tells you how
It just
bad
went through
you've
the
been.
numbers.
5 years of greatness, though. 5 years of greatness, and they were great, dominant.
The big we can go to 6
And
years
what a
of
lineup.
greatness.
And what a lineup. Unbelievable. Hey, we got a lot coming up for you. You can get in with us, too, at 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. And get in, check in with us. We thank our friends from Natural Lawn of America today being a part of the show. What's the love of fat athletes? And why do we love them so much? Well, we know why Jamie would. It's the John Kincade Show.
Wow.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Wow. Well, on that note, let's just say it's tournament time, and with so many games going on, who wants to bet just one? That's why I love betting parlays on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino. It's a great way to combine bets from different games for an even bigger win. And guess what? FanDuel is here to help you if your parlay doesn't go as planned. They'll give you up to $25 back in-site credit if your parlay of 3 legs or more falls 1 leg short. That's 1 parlay per day each day of the tournament for new and existing users. Some great games going on. Baylor last night, what a great win that was. It's hard to go against the favorites. Baylor, Gonzaga, who do you like? Take a look, and that's why I like FanDuel so much. It's America's #1 sportsbook app. They're always hooking us up. The app is so easy to use. They have so many bet options to choose from and always on promotions. And when you win, you'll get paid in as little as 24 hours. If you've been thinking about signing up, now's the perfect time to give it a shot. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code Bob so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Bob. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $25. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Thibault steals it on a breakout. He's home free and he jams it. Matisse Thibault.
Sixers Nuggets tonight at 9 on your home for 76ers basketball. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Sixers basketball is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app.
Hey, it's cause it's tax time, that time of year again. And if you're self-employed, have several unfiled returns or tax debt, or need someone local that can work with local tax issues, then please know you don't have to deal with the IRS alone. Instead, call the pros at Strategic Tax Resolution. They succeed for their clients who, like you, may have delinquent tax returns, like their client Curtis, a small business owner who did not pay estimated tax payments and as a result owed $44,000. Well, Curtis hired Strategic Tax Resolution. Greg and the squad, they were able to settle Curtis's IRS tax bill for just $1,620. That's right. This is just one of the many successful outcomes thanks to the team at Strategic Tax Resolution. Don't go at it alone when you don't have to. Call for a free consultation with a licensed tax expert. Don't wait any longer. Get Greg and the team at Strategic Tax Resolution on your side. Call 484-915-3100. That's 484-915-3100 or search Strategic Tax Resolution.
You decided to upgrade your outdoor deck. So you ordered the essentials: a power washer, a set of patio chairs, and a shiny new grill. And you used your Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card, choosing to earn 3% cash back on online shopping and up to 5.25% as a Preferred Rewards member, which you put towards your most essential deck addition, a bird feeder. Apply for yours at bankofamerica.com/more-rewarding. Copyright 2020 Bank of America Corporation.
Does it feel like finding clothes in your fit is impossible? Tired of feeling overwhelmed with options that just aren't right? Let the experts at Stitch Fix do the shopping for you. At Stitch Fix, we make sure each piece is hand-selected for your life. So whether you're staying home or on the go, Stitch Fix has the answer for what to wear. We make it easy to find what works for you. Signing up takes just a few minutes, and styles are delivered directly to your door. Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, your style delivered.
You heard you could save big when you bundle home and auto with Progressive, so you went online to check it out. But then you saw a link for a survey about which type of bread you are. And now you're on question 17, barely scratching the surface of your bread identity. You always thought of yourself as a brioche, but are you actually more of a pumpernickel? Ah, yes. They said it was easy to save money bundling with Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening, who's able to hear more than what's being said, and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard. For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL to talk to an advisor today who's ready to help with all your small business needs. 877-ASK-DELL.
Baseball is back, and DraftKings, the leader in one-day fantasy sports, is putting you on the field. Fantasy baseball is easy to play. Just pick 10 players, stay under the salary cap, and pile up points for hits, runs, strikeouts, and more. Download the DraftKings app and use code KJZ to get a free shot at a share of the millions of dollars up for grabs this week with your first deposit. That's code KJZ, only at DraftKings. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a train that just hit a car.
Sir, what is your location? Look around for a street sign, sir.
It's 8th and Orchard. 8th and Orchard.
Okay, very good. 8th and Orchard. Sir, help is on the way.
Why would you do that? The train still doesn't stop. You have to get there now.
At a railway crossing, even if the engineer sees you and hits the brakes, it can take a mile for the train to stop. And for you, that's too late. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
We're all ready for spring. Now's the time to get ready for spring projects with help from the Home Depot. Install a brand new faucet, lay down fresh new flooring, roll on a bright new coat of paint. Need to figure square footage or paint coverage? Our project calculators will do the math. Do it all from our app and get delivery right to your door. Download our mobile app to get started. Bring on spring with innovative help from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's.
Today's topic, Easter.
I'm ready to break out the bunny decor.
Same. Kohl's has so many cute things. You can decorate pretty much everything, even Easter eggs.
My family will be so excited.
I got great gifts for my favorite peeps, too.
Ooh, love peeps.
Plus, I got Kohl's Cash and 15% off.
I'm sold.
One more thing. Get it in 1 hour or less with free store pickup.
I'm gonna hop to it.
15% offer ends April 3rd. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
The second half of the Sixers season is here, and Corona is back with cool custom Corona Sixers jackets to give away. Win one by entering the Are You a Baller contest on 97.5thefanatic.com. Sixers fan photos have been submitted, and now all you have to do is vote for your favorite picture, and you'll qualify to win. Enjoy the Sixers games and live La Vida Más Fina with an ice-cold Corona Light, Corona Extra, or Corona Premier. Corona is an official partner of the Philadelphia 76ers. Please enjoy responsibly.
Do you have heavy and highway construction experience? Would you like to work for a company that actually values that experience? Then consider joining RoadCon, an award-winning construction company that's built an impeccable reputation in southeastern Pennsylvania. RoadCon is currently hiring experienced superintendents, foremen, heavy equipment operators, bridge carpenters, and construction laborers. Apply today at road-con.com. That's ROAD-CON.com.
Rally House, shop every team in town. College and pro, come on, it's time to go.
Gear up for the ballpark, Philly. Shop Rally House for the latest Philly styles, including the most popular Nike jerseys and the best selection of throwback gear.
Eagles, Sixers, Villanova, Penn State, Temple, Phillies, Flyers, don't be late. Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's a Rally House.
Shop in-store and online at rallyhouse.com.
Hello? We just made your listening experience easier. 97.5 The Fanatic is now on radio.com. Radio.com. Check it out now. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yep, this is really happening. You're listening to us knuckleheads instead of doing something that you could be productive in.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Thanks so much for hanging out with the John Kincade Show on this Tuesday morning. Today's John Kincade Show Takeover is brought to you by Natural Lawn of America. Call them at 800-FREE-SEED. You get greener grass and you get fewer weeds guaranteed. And you want that lawn looking lush. Bob, people are going to like that at the new house. They're going to want you to have that nice, lush lawn.
Already on it.
See, look at that. Already on it. Terry enjoys the show this morning. And Terry has gotten to his desk. Terry got to his desk this morning at 5:45. He said, don't ask me why I screwed something up at work yesterday. He said, but I'm listening to you. He screwed something up, so he's at work early. Terry, that's a good man. He says, I will give you one observation on the John Kincade Show. In my 3 months of listening, you guys get into more arguments where I can agree with both sides of the argument than any radio show I've ever listened to.
That means we're all making good points.
I think it's a good thing. He goes, and you guys never get nasty. Something that Bob always says too. You never get nasty with each other. He said, and then he puts in parentheses, John, except your occasional jabs at Pat Egan. And he says, though, on the discussion regarding Ryan Howard, he says, I'm clearly, though, leaning towards your partners on this one. Maybe it's sentimentality. He said, but on your point, I can't think of any other all-time greats where we really are looking at a 5-year window of the greatness.
I mean, he's on the doorsteps of the Hall, but he's probably not going to get in.
Yeah, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
No, but he's probably going to get a couple votes.
He's a Wall of Famer, and that's almost just as good.
So is Mike Lieberthal.
Now, are you guys mad that he's an Albuquerquean?
Oh.
And not a Philadelphian?
Oh.
He's a Philadelphian.
He lives down there.
He's an Albuquerquean. He lives in Albuquerque.
He has to live there.
I could ride a bike to where he lives.
You can't now. You're in
when
Philadelphia.
I visit my
It's a long
wife
ride.
and daughter.
That's like 750 miles.
I don't want to
take you a couple days.
More than that.
No, it doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother you at all that he's an Albuquerquean?
I could not care less.
It doesn't bother you?
No.
I know the big thing is the Philly guy. Is he a Philly guy or not?
I mean, look, if I
had one guy yesterday on Twitter doing the thing. He goes, I think you've missed. Let me fill you in on I think you missed because you've been gone on the Phillies organization. And I'm like, dude, let me just assure you, I never lost my obsession for the Phillies. And more importantly, I will talk to people in Major League Baseball on a weekly basis, and what did I always talk to them about? The Phillies.
Yeah.
I would go, hey, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? And he's like, let me just assure you, you've been away from town. Let me give you a little update on the Matt Klentak area. And I'm like, dude, are you a moron?
The internet's an amazing thing.
No, it's not even that. It's watching. I'd watch.
I'm just saying it's easy to follow a team from.
I'd watch every game. I would then, more importantly, any insider that I would talk to, I'd always have to ask them about the Phillies. What's going on with the Phillies? What is going on?
They don't have a farm system, John. Is that what you heard all the time?
And they've only had glimpses of a farm system twice.
Yeah, Ed Wade.
Exactly.
Glimpses.
Yeah.
Good Temple Al, that Ed Wade.
Good
Temple Al.
It's funny how GMs get remembered sometimes more fondly than their time
After
here.
the execution.
Yes, after
exactly.
the execution.
But no. Ed Wade did have some poor decision making.
Sure. They all have.
But his drafting
was pretty good.
Yeah.
So maybe he was meant for that role.
Yeah.
And not for
the GM.
But are you going to pay two people for it? Like director of pro personnel or something?
I'll tell you a team that could do that or should do that.
Exactly.
Another local.
Don't even start.
He was the worst trading GM I've ever seen in my life.
I think he had a really bad record.
And he kept helping the Phillies, too, because in 2008, at the end of 2008, he had an offer as the GM of the Astros. He had two offers on the table for Brad Lidge, and one of them was for Cliff Lee. And he turned that down and took the Phillies offer of Michael Bourne, Mike Costanzo, and Jeff Geary. So shout out to Ed Wade.
By the way, shout out that you know every single name in that trade, which is really, really impressive.
Archbishop Carroll's finest, Mike Costanzo.
That is very much
That's
so.
right, yeah.
Very
I think
so.
he was right around my age because I remember hearing about him.
You remember hearing about him?
That he was
heard
just
about
blowing.
you also.
He's probably listening this morning.
Blowing people away
He's
in high
probably
school.
listening this morning.
Yeah.
And-
Well, when you're a major league prospect at the PCL level, people talk about
I
it.
heard it on the broadcast on Sunday, watching the Phillies game on Sunday, the idea of, or it might have been yesterday's broadcast, the idea of that drafting out of high school baseball players is the hardest thing
I would think so.
to project.
They're kids. It's unbelievably hard to project.
And they're playing with metal bats.
They're playing
See,
with
I
metal
think that's
bats.
the big one.
Yeah,
too.
that's really hard.
They're kids. I mean, we talk about this all the time. You watch a kid going into freshman year of college and look at him as a junior in college. The transformation's unbelievable. So to have a scout that can consistently look at a 17, 18-year-old kid
and see the pieces in place.
and see it. Now, Mike Trout was different. I saw him play his senior year in high school.
He had the same body now.
Exactly.
As
Like,
he
he was as mature and everything as he was going to get. And talking to a scout when I watched him play, he said the intangibles are there. The bat speed, everything was just there. Mike Trout was 25 years old when he was 18. But that's an anomaly.
I've been back home here for 3 months. I have already more than a handful of people telling me, yeah, I played against Trout. Yeah, I played against Trout. I struck out Trout. I played with Trout.
So in college,
he was an all-star in the same all-star team I was in.
Struck him out.
Yes, my cousin Ryan checks in. Ryan the fireman. He graduated with my cousin Katie.
Okay.
So, yes, he was. He graduated with my cousin Katie from Carroll.
Okay, yeah.
And he now sells farmers insurance.
Yeah.
He's now a farmers insurance salesman
I actually
in the
knew
area.
that about him.
That is very, very good. So it's
He's a former Camden River Shark.
He's a Camden River Shark.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, when you're hitting 90 in high school, yeah, people are going to talk about you.
So there it is. So he graduated with my cousin Katie.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How about that? So the cousins are checking in even on the stories.
He had an illustrious career at
and that
Coastal
is a
Carolina.
brother-sister combination, Katie and Ryan.
You don't get this Mike Costanzo breakdown on any morning show. It's just this one.
There's a reason. Those shows have probably been canceled. In the linchpin, Jamie Lynch just loves the fat.
This is the linchpin.
I have a new favorite athlete, and his name, Nestor Higuera. Nestor. He's a 5'5", 285-pound kicking machine for Arizona Christian. And they recently just won the SAC championship with a last-second field goal. Whoever the hell he is and why they're still playing football, I don't know.
Why are they still playing?
I don't know. The tweet's from March 28th, and it says Arizona.
Wait a minute.
Villanova they're doing some spring
high school football
stuff. Maybe that's what high school's adopted.
It looks like
also.
they're playing. This is a college, and they're playing another team.
Oh, well, wait a minute. They did do that because was it the WAC or whatever played games in the spring?
Yeah. So they must be elongating.
They got no coverage for it, by the way, either.
So this guy is he's beautiful. He's a beautiful soul. He's a nice pudgy, round bowling ball.
Pudgy?
Fat, very fat. Pudgy's not really the right word. He's gorgeous. I love watching him kick a field goal. I tweeted a picture out from my account.
It's awesome.
We'll retweet it from the show page so everybody can see. All right, good. Nestor
gorgeous.
is amazing. I love this guy.
Oh, my gosh.
Kick your heart out, Nestor.
I love this story.
Yeah, so it had me thinking.
Oh, what are you saying, Nestor?
What fat athlete would you most want to see dominate their sport?
So wrong.
So
a fat athlete that you'd like to see dominate
any sport. So I was thinking long and hard about this yesterday after feasting my eyes upon young Nestor.
Well, Fridge in football did it for a while, right?
I think a dominant fat figure skater would be incredible.
I'm all in on that.
If there was a fat figure skater just dominating the Olympics, male or female, and they were majestic and beautiful and swirling.
Fat figure skater.
I think that would be must-watch TV.
I think it's absolutely for me is the fat slugger.
Oh, okay. Like Prince Fielder?
The fat slugger in baseball always does it for me because you've got these guys that now look like they spend more time worrying about what they're going to look like on the beach.
Yeah.
And then they spend 2 stints on the disabled list every year with a soft tissue injury.
Yeah, well.
And the big fat guy comes off the bench. I like the big fat slugger. Give me a big fat slugger.
Cecil never left his fat roots and stayed consistent. Prince went vegan, lost his fat DNA, and kind of fell off a cliff.
Yeah, but he was still fat, though.
Yeah, he was still fat, but he wasn't the same fat.
How are you fat as a vegan?
I don't.
You're eating bread?
Seems impossible.
You must be eating bread and pasta.
I guess.
What do you got, Bob? Who's your favorite fat athlete you'd like to see?
I would love, since I was a little kid, I would love to see a big fat guy stuffed into a hockey goal.
I thought about this one.
Big fat guy.
Just stuffed there and he doesn't move, but you can't. There's no openings. There's no holes
so
to
you'd
shoot
have to have
at.
him under. You have to have him underneath the.
Oh, he
crossbar.
just sits there,
Much
and all
like
his
Carter
fatness.
Hart has been most of this year.
That was a great Geico. I think it was a Geico commercial.
Yes.
Was it?
Where they took a sumo wrestler and they just wedged him in there, and that was it.
That's not a bad idea.
So what do you got, Pat? Who's your favorite? What fat athlete do you most want to see?
I wanted to see Laquan McGowan so bad, and that's not a household name, but he was the 400-pound tight end from Baylor who ran like a gazelle.
Yeah, he ran like a gazelle.
And he put on a show apparently at the pro day, but the NFL level was not ready for a 400-pound tight end.
6'7", 410 pounds.
And he looked every bit of it.
Laquan McGowan.
Oh, McGowan?
And you see a picture of this guy, and he looks like a WWE superstar from 1996.
Laquan McGowan.
He is a big boy. I forgot about him.
Huge, yeah.
400 pounds. I got to tell you this.
He's just sat with me.
Wow. I absolutely love this kid, though. I now am a big fan of
Nestor?
this kid. I'm a big fan of this.
Hell yeah. You got to love Nestor.
There must be a thing about Nestor, though, because there is a talk show host out of Baltimore who is named Nasty Nestor. He's Nasty Nestor.
Is he fat?
No, but he's 5'5".
Oh.
He's 5'5", grown man. And he walks
what's
around.
wrong with
He walks around at Radio Row with a
So he's
Baltimore
huge.
Ravens jersey on at Super Bowls with his name on the back of it.
Does it say Nasty Nestor?
It says nasty. It says nasty on the back of it.
That's so dumb. I love it.
It annoyed the hell out of me, this guy, so much that so I had food delivered over to their station because we were next door to them. So I had shrimp, short ribs, and some other things sent over to their station. He was so loud you could hear him on our microphones. Because he's doing this whole shtick routine. He had a fake Baltimore Ravens Super Bowl championship ring. He had a replica ring made for himself that he walked around wearing. It was the craziest shtick I've ever seen in my life.
I can't stand this guy.
Nasty Nestor. I bet you Google him, you'll find him.
Not all short people are
Well,
like
he's
that.
a 5'5" Nestor, so I thought it was it.
The other one I'd love to see that came in second for me, a fat tennis player that could keep pace with a Nadal going baseline to or sideline to sideline on the baseline.
Can fat people play tennis?
Yeah.
No, but play it well.
Well, that's a different question. That's why I think it would be awesome to watch. If you watch somebody going toe-to-toe with Nadal...
You don't see many fat guys playing
tennis is an outrageous workout.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And you have to have extreme athleticism.
Plus, the matches can go on for hours upon hours.
That John Isner match was like 7.5 hours. I'd love to see a fat tennis
Poor
player.
Nestor here would be sweating honey mustard on the court.
Well, who was the fat kicker for Penn State? Joey Julius? Was that his name?
Oh, I forget. Yeah, but he was pretty fat.
He was a big boy. He wasn't this big, but he was a big boy.
It's incredible. Hey, no, he's not a talk show host now. Pat didn't get the joke. The law firm for injured workers. Check out our friends at Martin Law. Visit PAWorkInjury.com.
I love you, Nestor.
Man, I love this kid.
He's great.
He's our new fan. I gotta get his jersey. Exactly. Like when you think of a Nestor, he looks like a Nestor.
I would go see him play.
But nasty Nestor, Egan,
his socks don't even fit.
Egan, you would hate it. You would all hate it.
On for dear life.
Oh man, let's see what Carl in the Poconos has to say. Carl, welcome into the John Kincade Show. Good morning on the Fanatic. How are you?
What's up, guys? I'm doing good.
Thanks, buddy. Carl, are you a little chunky yourself, or are you pretty slim?
I think I'm a little chunky.
Hell yeah,
Okay.
Carl.
Little chunky. Okay.
No, I thought it'd be funny to see a fat high diver.
Oh my God!
I thought about a swimmer too. That would be great.
Oh
just
my
like picture like a big person in a little splash.
That's
Oh my
unbelievable.
God.
I asked if fat guys can play tennis, and my nephew Billy sends this picture. I'm not going to share it.
Wait,
he sends the picture of that is a fat guy playing tennis.
Have you guys not seen the fat Olympic swimmer?
No.
He was, I swear. So, and
there's a fat Olympic
can't
swimmer.
believe we're talking
I
about
saw
him.
this picture. I saw this picture probably 3 years ago, and I haven't laughed this hard since. Just thinking about this was the best of the best. I think he swam for
Robel
Trinidad.
Quiros, Habate?
I think he swam for Trinidad and Tobago, and he's flat out chunky.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. How's he wear a Speedo?
He wears it. He's got it
He
going
wears
on.
a Speedo?
Oh yeah.
It has to be overlapping, doing the Dunlap, right?
He looks like me with my shirt off. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
God.
got like the Speedo's folding down
Oh,
because
no.
the blubber's hanging over.
Oh no!
Good for him. Absolutely. Swim your heart out.
Jamie, you're not wearing a Speedo at the Fan Fest, right?
No, God,
You're not
no.
anywhere
He
that-
clearly did not follow the don't go in the pool 30 minutes before eating.
By the way,
minutes
that's
after.
a total lie that our parents told us.
Yes, total lie.
That's a complete lie because our parents.
This guy
didn't
sniffed that out.
Our parents didn't want to have to watch us.
Robel the whale, they call him.
Do they call him that?
That's the nickname that's on here all the time. Robel the whale.
Big athlete.
Good for him. What a hero.
But you're jumping
What a
in, when
hero.
you jump in the water, he must give a wake.
Probably. Disadvantage.
Yeah. Hey, Natural Lawn of America, we appreciate their support. They're safer for your lawn, kids, and pets. You can schedule their full-service program and get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Natural Lawn of America, greener grass, fewer weeds guaranteed. Now,
Thinking about a fat bobsledder.
now, wait a minute here. Chris
they
Chris is a doctor, listens to the show here, and Chris says, I don't want to rain on the fat fun this morning. He said, but my father was a doctor, and I've taken over his practice. And he says, if we look at our patient files, for every fat kid in the 80s, there are 3 fat kids now.
Ugh.
He said, this is a real problem. He said, so we're going to see more fat athletes in the future.
Good.
He said there's 3 times as many, and he says that would be clinically obese kids. There's 3 times as many as there was.
Well, I wasn't trying to make this serious.
I
Chris.
know, wow.
That's what I told
Bring
Chris.
us down, Doc.
That's what I just said to my
Trying to have a little fun here.
And he says, no, wait, the last line, the last line of the email. He goes, I find you guys to be a very fun listener. Thanks, Doc.
Like, do you remember Oliver Miller?
Thanks, Doc.
Dude could shoot. I think he was University of Arkansas. He ended up having like a
he
10
ate his way out
He
of
was
the league.
huge.
Popeye Jones put on some huge good weight too.
Let's
in his
not
play
forget the
days.
legend Robert Tractor Trailer.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he was called Tractor Trailer.
What if a kid's doctor is named Chris and you're like thinking, is my doctor calling my kid fat? That's too much. All right, I think I cracked the code, by the way, on napping.
Ah, what do you
Because
got?
I've been screwed up since the time change.
I took a great one yesterday. It was only an hour.
Okay, you see, there's a key, too, that I think might be
woke up
part of it.
early. No one cares.
I figured out the code to napping.
Yeah.
Sleeping on the couch.
Ah.
and not going into the bedroom.
Fall
Even
too
though
deep
it's
into sleep in the bed?
No, I don't sleep well. In the bed, I toss and turn. On the naps that are on the couch, I pass out.
I've been telling you guys this for a long time. You can't nap in the bed.
Don't go back to the bedroom.
My wife sometimes teaches on the couch, though.
So she's teaching from the couch, like in the main room?
Yeah.
How does she keep Skylar from bothering her during
That's
class?
what Daddy Daycare's for.
Well, where do you take
I go
Skylar?
down in the basement. I go for a lot of walks, go outside, and do the swing and
He goes
playground
to the West
stuff.
Wing, John.
But Skylar's too young to understand I don't bother mommy.
No,
right?
yeah, she doesn't get it. That's where I come in.
So you don't understand.
Jamie still doesn't understand.
He doesn't
Don't bother
understand
mommy.
how to not bother
Yeah.
mommy at this point. So I can really tell you this, though. People are not happy with the Flyers on our YouTube feed this morning.
Maybe they should get a fat goalie.
We appreciate everybody on YouTube. How about just a goalie? How about just a goalie would help? So
why hasn't the fat goalie been tried out more? Do you have to be too lit?
Oh my God.
Yeah, but if you took up the whole net, like
You got to be able to skate.
Nah.
But if you just get stuck in there,
yeah, wedge him in.
It's 6 by, what is it, Pat? 6 by
4. Right?
No, it's not.
Does it matter?
Isn't it 4 feet high, 6 feet wide?
This is what it's come to with
it
the
6
Philadelphia
by
Flyers
4?
goalie situation.
That we're looking for the fattest guy? Well, it's bad right now.
it is 72 inches by 48.
Yeah.
By the way, though, you
6 by 4.
cannot. The comments from Carter Hart. Alain Vigneault had no choice but to not play him. His whole he's lost. He's lost.
He called him out. We buried the lead a little bit. He called him out yesterday.
As he should.
Yeah.
As he should.
You know, you can
Because
play
now
bad.
I know he's in the Hall of Fame already, so I mean they're going to have to maybe redo the plaque that Pat had already engraved for him. But this is
You just put words in my mouth.
Carter Hart. Come on.
What? This is 20 minutes after
arguments-
you're
it's one of our most
waxing
famous-
poetic about Alec Baum.
Boom.
Chance Bohm. It's not Alec Baum.
Okay. All right.
There you go. It's a bomb.
He's going to hit bombs.
It's
You're
a
right,
bo-
Pat.
it's a
I know
bomb.
what you were
Wait.
doing there.
By the way, Christopher Slemmer, he goes, I live in Baltimore. I know of Nasty Nestor. He's a complete walking violation.
I wish he was fat, though, with a name like that.
No.
By the way, Luis Ortiz tweets in, says he was all public tennis in 2009, 2008, and he was 275.
Oh, my gosh.
Way to go, buddy.
Good job, Luis.
Nice.
That's unbelievable.
And Mike G says, this is my favorite topic ever. I'm going to go with a fat slot receiver.
Oh, my gosh. How about I guess a fat tight end we've already seen.
Yeah, that's already
Jamie's
been
having so much fun with this.
By the way, Mopar says his shift is 6 to 2:30, and once he hits the couch, he's out for an hour every day at 2:35.
That's chump
He is
change.
out for an hour. That's not bad.
No, that's good.
That takes
That's it.
much longer.
No, that's real good.
naps. All right, we got a lot of fun coming up in the next hour, including a matchup the Sixers, I guarantee you, should win come the postseason. That's where we start. A little fun in the 7 o'clock hour. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. It's that time of year, folks. You got all the college hoop action. You're probably up watching it till dawn last night. And if you wagered with the Parks Casino Sportsbook app, you may have won some cash. And if you've been betting the chalk in the tournament, you may be making a lot of cash after those first round upsets. You know, you can download the Parks Casino Sportsbook app or go to parkscasino.com and use the promo code FANATIC. And you're going to get a $500 risk-free bet that can be refunded in site credit, too. And if you're a new customer, you get that $50 free bet without a deposit necessary. We're talking about futures now. So, for a couple of the teams, they have to win 3 games to win the title. Now, you got 2 teams in the Final Four. Those futures bets aren't as juicy as they were before, but if you think you know who's going to win, get on it now. You're going to love the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. It is absolutely fantastic, and you're doing business with the home team from Parks Casino. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania. If you've got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show
Uh-oh, looks like I'm in for a bad hair day.
on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's John Kincade Show takeover is brought to you by Natural Lawn of America. 800 free seed. Greener grass. Fewer weeds guaranteed.
So the mania is front and center this March at Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Celebration event. The Boss Brothers are setting up the entire Delaware Valley with an easy layup this month.
It's awesome, baby!
Drive home a new 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x4 for only $209 per month.
It's awesome, baby!
Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has been South Jersey's automotive destination for over 30 years. No one knows more when it comes to buying, leasing, or servicing Jeeps or Ram trucks. With over 300 vehicles in stock every day, you can buy with no money down. Plus, Spirit's financing is the best in the business. Rates start at 0% with terms up to 84 months on brand new vehicles. For an easy layup, go see the Boss Brothers at Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Swedesboro, New Jersey. Minutes from all bridges, or visit them online at SpiritChryslerDodgeJeep.com. As they say, Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We're selling excitement.
Spirit. This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshares. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, well, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder and CEO of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you could buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sounds crazy, right? Well, the crazy thing is this never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
I want a fling, spice things up.
Whoa, hold on. Marriage takes work.
No, I mean a spicy Bloody Mary mix for the brunch I'm planning. I want to fling into spring at Total Wine with thousands of wine, spirits, and beers to explore. I want to mix up cocktails with tequilas and fruit-flavored vodkas. I want choices. Chardonnays, rosés, Pinots, Proseccos. I want more.
All right, let's go to Total Wine and More.
Wondrous selection, helpful guides, always low prices. Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Progressive Motorcycle presents Road Wisdom from the Motor. You grab life with both hands. And you grab your bike with both hands. Therefore, bike is life. Progressive Motorcycle also presents Roadside Assistance. Progressive Motorcycle, for those who were born to ride. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening.
Sure.
Who's able to hear more than what's being said and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard.
I understand. Let's get started.
For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel vPro platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's opponents on Man versus Train. At the crossing, we have Rick, a 175-pound frustrated man who's running late for work. And on the tracks, we have Bull, a million-pound freight train that takes a mile to stop. Let's see who comes out on top.
You can't beat a train, so don't try. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
The second half of the Sixers season is here, and Corona is back with cool custom Corona Sixers jackets to give away. Win one by entering the Are You a Baller contest on 97.5thefanatic.com. Sixers fan photos have been submitted, and now all you have to do is vote for your favorite picture, and you'll qualify to win. Enjoy the Sixers games and live La Vida Más Fina with an ice-cold Corona Light, Corona Extra, or Corona Premier. Corona is an official partner of the Philadelphia 76ers. Please enjoy responsibly.
You know, I think a lot of people are feeling that quarantine 15 right about now. I know I am. So Natalie and I just finished the juice cleanse with Squeeze.com.
I did a 3-day cleanse, Mike. Squeeze.com is the best juice cleanse on the market. With Squeeze.com, you get your juices, you can sleep better, and you get rid of that belly bloat.
Now, here's the best part. You order by 1 p.m., you'll receive same-day delivery by 9 p.m. So go to Squeezed.com and join us on our juice journey and start that cleanse today.
Experience March like never before because fans are welcome at the FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. You can bet the bracket and watch every game live all tournament long on our 52-foot LED media wall display. And with tons of betting kiosks, you won't miss a thing waiting in line. Treat yourself like a number one seed. Get off the bench and into the action at FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Your home for college hoops all tournament long. Must be 21 or older and present in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Anthony Gargano. Life's coming at us hard these days, right? We go 100 miles an hour. We feel stressed, run down. We're dehydrated, get headaches, body aches. We're working overtime to try to protect ourselves from getting sick. So I needed a positive way to recharge and refuel. Enter Exiva Vitamin Infusion Therapy. It's been a game changer for me. I love it. Imagine flooding your body with these vitamins, nutrients, amino acids, and hydration you need to boost your immune system, elevate your mood and your energy level, and replenish your reserves in under an hour. We're talking vitamins, nutrients, and hydration administered by a board-certified nurse at one of Exiva's modern infusion suites. It's amazing. I felt incredible. And I received my infusion, got a flat screen TV. I was reading. It was relaxing. Learn more about Exiva's vitamin therapies at Exiva.com. That's AXIVA.com. Exiva. Replenish, recharge, relief.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
We are reinventing what sports talk radio can be. Whether we improve it remains to be seen.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Thanks so much for hanging out with the John Kincade Show on the 7 o'clock hour today. It's brought to you by my sportsbook app of choice, the Parx Casino Sportsbook app. You can download it at parxcasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. You can get a risk-free bet up to $500. Refunded in site credit. Also, that $50 free bet, too, that doesn't even require a deposit. So get on in. You will take care of business with that. And our social media today in the first hour of the show.
All fat athletes?
Fat athletes and how people nap on our YouTube.
Oh, nice.
The YouTube family today, and we appreciate all of you. Say hello to everybody out there on twitch.tv and YouTube, talking about how people nap. The recliner, I do not get. The idea of sleeping in a recliner, even though I fall asleep I fall asleep on planes all the time.
Yeah.
So I guess I could.
I shouldn't. Remember, I had a neck back problem last week, and I told you guys I identified it to my recliner that I'd probably nap in that, and my back and neck go wonky. I don't think it's a good place to. Although my old one was better. I don't know. I can't do a bed though in the day, John. It's just I can't.
I tell you, I'm staying away from it.
Good,
now.
don't do it.
My father-in-law, who I never knew, Dixon died before I married my wife. He had open heart surgery. And after open heart surgery, he slept on a recliner for like 6 weeks. He slept on the recliner in the living room. And then he never wanted to stop sleeping on the recliner. He loved the recliner. He slept really well on the recliner.
Whatever works for you. I guess everybody's different, right?
Except the cat, who he wasn't nice to. He didn't like cats. Christina had a cat named Bowie. And the cat would crap on the recliner.
Oh my God.
Because that's where he's the only person who sat in the recliner.
That's funny. Wow.
The cat, he wasn't nice to the cat.
I guess not.
Get out of here, cat. Get out of here.
The cat snuck in our bedroom the other night, and we were like, we'll just let her in. She ended up puking on my shirt.
See, that's passive-aggressive cat.
And she likes me. I'm the one that cares for her.
Oh, my gosh. That is a
must not care for her very. What are you feeding her?
By the way, Tim on our YouTube family, he has a heat and massage recliner. Which
That's good work.
What Doc just bought.
A heat? I don't have a heat and massage.
Doc's moving into his new place.
Nice.
And he bought himself a heat and massage recliner. And as I told my daughter, I said, well, your godfather will make a better old man than me because he already is one. He's got the heat and massage recliner.
Now, we just got new furniture for the family room, and it's got the lumbar.
Oh, the lumbar
for
support?
the back, and then it's also got an adjustable head.
Oh,
you like that, man?
It's a sweet item. Yeah, sweet item.
JD says he tries to nap during the Flyers on TV, but he keeps getting woken up with, no call! No call! There's no call! No call. But Pat, you're very defensive. You're very defensive.
No, I just think, we have a great radio program.
I cannot turn it down, though. I always want to put on Tim Saunders and Coatsy.
So I think
they are a. So I'm convinced that Saunders and Coatsy are a talk show doing hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Because Coatsy's commentary bleeds into play-by-play all the time, but it's funny as hell.
Oh, they had a whole thing yesterday about Christy Yamaguchi.
I caught it.
She was married.
I caught it. And they couldn't get. It was one of the Nashville Predators, right?
It was Brett Hedican from Carolina. So Coatsy got it wrong. I had to text him, fix it.
Yes, I heard that exchange. Now I'm laughing because Coatsy is just stream of consciousness.
Yes.
Guess what?
That's why they're great.
Guess what? Playoffs. We get Coatsy in for an hour. Just to hang out with us sometime. And
we should.
Come on in for an hour.
We'll just place beers.
Mimosas.
We'll place a bunch of beers.
Mimosas.
I love that, but I can't do it when there's NCAA hoops on the NCAA tournament because I want to flip channels.
Well,
I can't go. I'm not flipping channels and then flipping mute and then flipping channels.
But what about having the TV on mute and then watching the basketball game and then having the Flyers on Alexa?
I can't do that.
Okay.
No, I could do that. I could do.
And then if you hear that they scored, then you switch over to see.
You're a problem solver.
Yeah, well,
you are a problem.
He's pretty good.
That's what I get paid for.
And it's funny because I was told when I got here that you were the problem. So that's interesting.
Many people would agree with it.
As we start the 7 o'clock hour, the belief that the Nets are a super team on paper is quite realistic. So many notable names, the best starting 5 in the Eastern Conference. I don't think anybody can really make that argument against it. But by bringing in guys like Blake Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge, they definitely seem a bit deeper, if just in name recognition. But one part of the game that is being overlooked is very critical in the postseason. That's the coaching piece of the puzzle. Down the line, is Steve Nash going to prove to be a master strategist and playoff winner? Who knows? It's a totally different game in the postseason. And it usually takes some time to develop the strategies it takes to succeed. So in the postseason, what matchup of coaches do the Nets win? There's no way, if you're doing the little check mark they used to do in the newspaper, that you take Steve Nash over Doc Rivers in a playoff series. Eric Spoelstra gets the check mark absolutely over Steve Nash. Even Mike Budenholzer, as long as there's an Uber driver to get him to the park, he even gets the nod. The component of coaching in a playoff series absolutely magnified. And one of the talking points that many of the Doc doubters, I'll call them, here in Philadelphia, I keep hearing is, well, Doc choked in the playoffs in Boston and L.A. Well, I've personally never seen a coach choke in a playoff series, missing a shot or a defensive assignment. And I would love to have somebody point out to me, okay, this is the game that the Clippers lost because of Doc, not because of a playoff performance. I'm going to take the 76ers' chances to win the coaching matchups or at least get close to a draw in every series in the postseason, and I will go on the record as saying I believe Eric Spoelstra may be the best strategist in the Eastern Conference. I think I would give him the lead. But am I overstating the importance of coaches in the postseason, or am I giving Doc a free pass on previous failures? What are you scared of if you're scared of Doc? And I'd love to hear from you at 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. Am I being fanboy for Doc? Because I am. Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach Eric Camille in absentia. And we got Connor answering the phones. We have Mike directing the broadcast today, as always, on our YouTube and Twitch.tv. We appreciate all of you. And everybody who streams, we really love you because you take your radio with you everywhere right in that phone. Bob, I'm affirmed fanboy for Doc Rivers. I was a Doc Rivers fan before he ever became the coach of the 76ers.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm giving him a free pass. Am I overstating the importance of a coach as far as strategy in the postseason? Because you've heard Shaq on this show flat out say it, the coaches are overrated. Am I overstating the importance of the coach? And also, am I giving Doc a bit of a free pass on as a strategist.
No, I don't think you're overrating a coach, and we've seen it here, right? We saw something in the playoffs that you hadn't seen before when the Sixers went up against the Boston Celtics a few years ago, and they played a collapsed defense on Ben Simmons, and the coaching staff couldn't figure out what to do. And then Eric Spoelstra went to like a zone defense at times against the Sixers last year, and they couldn't figure out what to do. So strategy, yes, very much comes into play. I firmly believe that. I agree with you. Eric Spoelstra is phenomenal.
I think he's the best in the East.
Phenomenal at designing things, not only offensively, but specifically defensively. They're a really good defensive team. Doc's seen it all. There isn't anything he hasn't seen, from NBA Finals to playoffs to, being ahead in series, being behind in series. There's nothing he hasn't seen. Coming in and tweaking what he's done this year with Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, I mean, we saw it from the get-go. And it comes that easy to someone who's been around as long as Doc has and understands players as well as Doc does. So overstating it, no, I don't think you are at all, and I think he's going to be that important come playoff.
As it was pointed out, Nicholas points it out on our YouTube chat today, that to me, Paul George was the choker with the Clippers.
Yeah. Playoff P.
Paul George is the guy. PG-13 becomes an R-rated movie with a bunch of cuss words when you're watching him in the postseason because he is a chronic underachiever. I don't get this. Doc choked with the Clippers.
I'm not going to pretend to tell you I watched every game of the Clippers. All I'm basing it on is what their fan base said. I read a lot of blogs and a lot of tweets during those times. And, people were upset with Doc's rotations. But I feel like that's just the common coach complaint. Look, I think Shaq's words, I can't shake, that coaches are overrated. But I think Shaq might be undervalued. I think what he meant was in-game. Once tip-off to final.
Absolutely.
I think off the court is where you win in the playoffs as a coach.
He absolutely says that.
Yeah.
He absolutely would make the case that
in-game it's not as important.
Like he would say Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, those guys, their coaching is done
practice and game film and coming up with strategy.
He claims, and I'm not going to second guess him. He's the guy who actually played them and played for the guy, that Phil Jackson in games at times was checked out.
Yeah.
Purposely, because he didn't want to stress anybody out. He didn't want to.
Wow.
And he also says, look at how many times when they called a timeout, how many times was Phil Jackson leading the conversation, or how many times was one of his assistants leading the conversation?
You got it. Yeah.
He said, very rarely do you see that Phil Jackson was barking out commands. He said, because he said to us, I've done my work.
Yeah.
You guys, this is your playground.
Hey, Kobe, Shaq, I fed you all the information you need. Let's take it over here.
Listen to those two names. Like, this is where I have to say, Shaq, I hear what you're saying, but you're Shaquille O'Neal. And for a coach to say Kobe and Shaq go figure it out is a little bit different than saying Ben and Joel go figure it
That's
out.
why I think Spoelstra's so brilliant.
Yeah, so do I.
He's a great coach. Look, I don't even want to bring up the former coach, but this shows you how important it is. I thought, one of our former coaches, whose name shall not be mentioned, one of his best coaching jobs was against Miami in that series. And that was all strategical, out-of-game stuff and how to attack the defense that Spoelstra was countering with. So, yeah, I think coaching is huge in the playoffs.
There is a series, though. There's one series, and I think somebody has mentioned it on our chat here, that I have in my notes. Going back, so I had to look at docs because, again, like you, I watch NBA playoffs come. I watch 10 times as much out of city action that I watch during the regular season.
But the West Coast games, I'm not going to lie, are harder to watch.
It's harder to watch.
Yeah.
And who's pointing it out here? The same thing I have in my notes here. I remember that Mavericks series when the Clippers were up 3-1 and blew it.
Hey, that's happened to Doc, I think. Doc's teams, not
Doc's teams.
I think 3-1 series leads blown,
which I believe is the most.
I think it is.
Which I believe is the most. But here's where I can't go along with Chris. Chris goes, I'm reading the thing is, how is Doc getting a pass in this town? I'm like, he hasn't coached the playoff series, for God's sakes. And by the way, Paul George was the choker. Paul George. How about this? If Paul George wasn't crapola and gave you average Paul George, his Clippers team advanced. Average Paul George, Clippers team advanced.
So Paul George in the final 4 games of the series last year against Denver shot 25 for 65, 38%. You know, he didn't play well down the stretch. No, I'm not like Jamie said, I didn't see everything, but
No. I remember that series.
10 points, 18 or I'm sorry, no. Just didn't 10 points, didn't play well.
No, he didn't
play well. Shot horribly.
By the way, Denver, what they did last year in the postseason, I think everybody's sleeping on. Because that was a team last year that surprised in the postseason. And in that now the bubble
Jamal
everybody
Murray
looks at as weird.
Went bonkers
and they
in the
just
bubble.
added Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, they're loaded.
They're sneaky good is what I keep saying.
Oh, yeah, this is a great game tonight.
That could be a danger, though. That could be one of those teams that you now look at in the graphic, and you're looking at the bracket and going, "Whoa, I want to avoid Denver."
Oh, absolutely.
I don't want to play. Denver played for the conference championship last year.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
And they have a great inside-out combination
They're
with
sneaky
Jokic
good.
and
But I don't think
Murray.
anybody's giving Doc a pass.
No.
He hasn't done anything
Yeah,
yet.
we got to see.
And I promise you this, at least from this show, he won't get a pass if he blows a 3-1 lead here. He won't. It's not going to happen. Paul George is terrible, though. He's Paul George is one of the most terrible guys that is considered a star in the NBA. Coming up small, I would say. If you're talking about guys that are considered star players that consistently come up small, I think Paul George is top of the list.
Yeah, I'd agree. And you can't give yourself a nickname.
Yeah,
that's outrageous.
He gets a lot of.
I worked with a guy who gave himself the nickname in sports radio.
Really?
I can tell you who his name is. But
You worked with Nasty Nestor?
No, not Nasty Nestor.
Like the bro, I kind of cringe at
You
a little
were
bit.
giving it,
but
though.
Anthony gave it to
But
me.
everyone loves that nickname, though.
I know, but I'll never say it.
No, but so many people love that nickname.
Yeah.
I love it. Tuna says it
Yeah.
to you.
Other people can say it, but
Hey.
I didn't give it to myself.
Natural Lawn of America, safer for your lawn, kids, and pets. Schedule their full-service program, and you get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED, Natural Lawn of America, with greener grass and fewer weeds. Guaranteed. So plenty of stuff coming up. By the way, Sixers Nuggets tonight on The Fanatic. Now, that's a 9 o'clock start.
Yeah.
Not as bad as the 10s.
No more 10 o'clock starts for the Sixers this year, so
That is
Jamie
beautiful.
is very happy.
But the Nuggets team, I am fascinated to watch that team come together.
Yeah, it's
They're
a shame we're not getting Embiid Jokic, but it's still a great game.
I think they could go to the NBA Finals.
The Nuggets?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we still have to see what... I mean, the Lakers might be a 6 seed by the time this is all done.
Exactly.
I know, right?
And that's why I'm sort of saying this, is that this could end up being a situation where the Lakers get put into a bad situation where you got to win 3 road series just to get to the finals.
Yeah. It could come down to that. The Lakers are a 4 seed right now, and they're only a game and a half ahead of 5, 6.
The West is a knife fight.
Yeah, well,
so's the East.
Yeah, but it's a mediocre knife fight.
Those 4 top teams are going to be...
We got under 500 teams in the playoffs right now, right?
Yeah, but I'm only considering top 4.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, in the linchpin, let's take a look down memory lane at what the difference is between 6 and 12.
This is the linchpin.
All right, this is going to be one of these quick...
This is Jamie Lynch history, and you were telling me earlier before the show today, your dad was a history buff.
Yeah. I applied mine to more sports.
This is Jamie Lynch history.
So we're just going to do a quick exercise. We've done these in the past. We're going to buzz through and just say hit or miss.
Okay.
And we're going to buzz through the 12th overall picks for the last decade and the 6th overall picks for the last decade. Let's start with the 6th pick.
Okay.
We'll start with John, Bob, Pat. Everybody ready?
Okay.
Here we go. Attention, hut. Justin Herbert.
Great pick.
Yeah, good.
Great pick
hit.
right now.
Hit.
That's a big hit.
Daniel Jones.
Hit.
Oh, I don't think so.
TBD?
I can't TBD.
Yeah,
That's not a hit.
he's. I guess
not a
he's a
hit.
starting quarterback in the NFL.
They're not set on him being they're not set on him being their long-term starter after 2 full years.
I would say kind of a miss for where he's picked.
Could be.
Quentin Nelson.
That's a hit.
That's a grand slam.
Yeah.
That's a hit, absolutely.
Jamal Adams.
That's a hit.
Hit.
Ronnie Stanley.
Hit.
Hit.
That's 3 grand slams in a row right there.
Wow.
Leonard Williams.
That's multiple Pro Bowls right there.
Oh, yeah. That's 3 Pro Bowls in a row.
Okay.
In a row.
In a row.
In a row.
Leonard Williams.
Not a Not a hit, eh?
But not a failure.
Not a failure.
Bunt single.
Better than Daniel Jones.
Bunt single.
Jake Matthews.
No. I
Miss.
watched.
Yeah,
No,
I gotta go miss.
not a miss, because he never. I think he's missed like 2 games in his career.
Okay.
Serviceable. And he's serviceable, but he's certainly not a hit.
Not worthy of
No,
6.
he was not worthy of 6.
So far we have 2 misses.
They didn't. That's not a miss, though.
Well, 2 serviceable players that aren't home runs.
He's the guy who's been a left tackle his entire career.
Yeah.
From day one, by the way.
Year before that, Barcavius Mingo.
Oh, I love Barcavius.
That's a miss.
That's a miss.
How
It's a bad miss.
Yeah.
Morris Claiborne, the year before that.
You say miss?
Yeah,
on
that's
that?
a miss.
I mean,
I think it's a mediocre. I think it's it's not a miss.
And the year before that, this guy, Julio Jones.
I think Julio's a hit. I may have. You know what? I saw him one time down in Austin.
Yeah.
I would see him.
So that's 6 of 10
Pro
are
Bowlers.
pretty much all pro players at the number 6
And you're
pick.
talking about some generational talents.
Oh, yeah.
Like Julio.
And Ronnie Stanley and
gosh.
Quentin Nelson and Jamal Adams.
4 in 10 years are generational talents.
So that's the number 6 pick
40% of
for
the
you.
time. Okay, 12.
So pretty dummy proof. Here's 12. Last year, Henry Ruggs. TBD.
TBD, but I'll take my chances.
I like him.
Yeah.
The year before that, Rashawn Gary. TBD, but leaning towards miss.
Yes.
The year before that, Vita Villa, defensive tackle.
No. He's mediocre at best.
Yeah. Year before that, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, he's a hit.
That's a big hit.
Unless you're in masseuse.
Yeah, then.
Unless you're in masseuse.
And that looks.
Could wind up being a big miss.
Yeah, I mean, this case is growing.
This is bad.
No.
This case is growing by the day.
Yes, it is.
Year before that, Sheldon Rankins. Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Year before that, Pat, Danny Shelton.
Why are we doing this?
Year before that, Odell Beckham.
Okay, that's it.
we got one.
There we go.
That's it. He's a mental case, but he's a hit.
Yeah. Year before that, DJ Hayden.
Why are we doing this?
Year before that, Fletcher Cox.
That's a hit.
Hey, we got one.
And then the year before that, Christian Ponder.
Why are we doing
gosh.
Yeah.
So,
What, do you get two Pro Bowls? 10
Odell
years?
Beckham and Deshaun Watson, yeah.
No, 3.
Oh, and Fletcher Cox, 3.
So
Yeah.
3 Pro Bowlers.
Compared to
But you
about
got a bunch
6.
of misses. You got a bunch
Of misses, yeah.
So when the Eagles try to tell you the difference between 6 and 12 isn't that drastic,
Oh, well, by the way,
don't buy it.
and the teams that draft well find these guys.
Interesting, isn't it? When
Teams
you
that
actually
don't
look
draft.
at it in front of you,
Oh, that scares the hell
there's
out of
some
me.
phenomenal players you can get at 6.
All right, everybody, go to social media. It's
I'm sorry
it's
to do this to
crazy
everyone.
Jay Lynch thing. What does PropSwap have to say about this?
PropSwap is America's exclusive #1 app to buy and sell sports bets, and PropSwap has a huge advantage we all use to find the best odds in the country. So download the free PropSwap app.
Man, there's a lot of incompletes and oof.
Right?
That's scary. I would say go to social media if you hate Jamie Lynch right now.
I'm sorry.
Be sure to reach out to Jamie and tell him how much you hate him. Because that bothers me.
That's a big difference.
That bothers me. I tried to start out a show today with positivity.
Yeah, sorry.
And that really was like a kick to the beanbags.
7:21. My day's ruined.
And it's amazing for all the heat that Howie Roseman has taken this whole offseason and even during the season last year, that your best way to get back into the good graces is to do the slam dunk, right?
Yes.
But you don't.
No, you didn't do it. You passed on what would have been the again, 4 out of 10 guys taken at 6 in the last decade are generational talents.
And 6 or 7 of them are Pro Bowlers.
Correct.
Yeah.
But then you go to 12 and you say, oh, no, we'll take the crapshoot. We can get a guy right there that's just as good. You want to get in on the phones. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. We'd love to hear from you here on the John Kincade Show. Now, your opening day center fielder, been waiting for this one. We'll get to it next. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. If you're planning on hiring a lawn care service, don't you want to hire a company that provides better results, that is also safer for your family and pets? That's why I will be choosing Natural Lawn of America for my new lawn. Why? Well, Mikey Miss and Anthony told me they're the best, but I wanted facts to back it up. You know, you want greener grass, you want fewer weeds. Natural Lawn uses their exclusive organic-based lawn care products, reduces the need for chemical pesticides by 85%. It's going to be Nikki Foles' backyard, so I need to know that it's going to be great. And they don't take a cookie-cutter approach. Everybody's treatment is custom. You're going to love it. You're going to get peace of mind, and you're going to get great results. Plus, you get this great deal, a limited-time offer, so you got to jump on this. Schedule Natural Lawn's full-service program, and you are going to get free seeding every year. Free seeding every single year. So I want you to call 800-FREE-SEED. That's 800-FREESEED. You can choose the lawn care company that I will be choosing. You hear Matt and Anthony talk about them too all the time, and Mike loves them. You'll love them. Natural Lawn of America with greener grass and fewer weeds, and it's guaranteed.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. From rent increases to increased orders to, I'm going to say it, unprecedented times. But don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward with fast, reliable internet on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses and gives you the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next, and bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get a powerful and reliable internet solution from Comcast Business, starting at $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. And for a limited time, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card when you upgrade. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Prepaid card offer ends 5/9/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second service customers only. Early termination fee applies. Equipment installation taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Call for details.
Hey, it's Cuz from my guys at Parks Casino Sportsbook, official sportsbook partner of the real Philly sports fan, and my sportsbook of choice. This is the week in college hoops. Only 4 teams will remain heading into the weekend. Who's going to win it all? Who are your winners? Games all day and night. It's the best time to get in on the action. The Parks Casino Sportsbook. Incredible offer, and they make it so easy. Right now, new customers can sign up and get a free $50 sports bet, no deposit required, for a complete list of all the action, plus live in-game play-by-play betting. You like fantasy sports, you're going to love Parks, prop bets, and the futures, and baseball starting this week. Parks Casino Sportsbook right here. Have it in the palm of your hand. You won't want to watch a game without it. Do it now. New customers get that free $50 sports bet. No deposit required. ParksCasino.com/PA. Use promo code FANATIC. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's the good news. Even with high unemployment, there's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today at mycomputercareer.edu. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
What's in store this week at your local Staples?
Everything you need for a totally productive workspace.
Staples has amazing prices on the furniture, supplies, and technology you need to upgrade your workspace.
And now at Staples, save $60 on Apple AirPods Pro.
Go wireless, be more productive, and save on Apple AirPods Pro. Now just $189, our lowest price ever.
Shop in store or pick up curbside.
Upgrade your workspace and save at Staples.
Ends 4/3/21. Limit to in-store only. Curbside available in most stores.
Hi, I'm calling to schedule a shipment.
Indeed knows unexpected employee turnover can turn your business upside down.
Last pickup is at 7. Team, we gotta hustle.
Like at Sumita's online chai company, to avoid back orders, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? If you're looking for your engine to run a little smoother, some fuel system cleaner could help. Right now, we have buy one, get one free on Chevron Techron Complete Fuel System Cleaner. Plus, AutoZone Rewards members get a $1 bonus reward. Not a member? Don't worry. Joining is easy, and you can even earn an extra $5 bonus reward when you join with a valid email. Getting your job done just got easier. Restrictions apply. See terms at AutoZone.com/rewards.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Does it feel like finding clothes in your fit is impossible? Tired of feeling overwhelmed with options that just aren't right? Let the experts at Stitch Fix do the shopping for you. At Stitch Fix, we make sure each piece is hand-selected for your life. So whether you're staying home or on the go, Stitch Fix has the answer for what to wear. We make it easy to find what works for you. Signing up takes just a few minutes, and styles are delivered directly to your door. Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, your style delivered.
Cleanliness and safety are essential to the success of any business. That's why Cintas has introduced our Total Clean program, a one-of-a-kind service that includes scheduled deliveries of essential cleaning supplies, hygienically cleaned uniforms, and on-site sanitizer and disinfectant services to help eliminate germs. Learn what the Cintas Total Clean program can do for you.
Oh, I'm ready.
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card transforms your everyday missions, so you can turn your commute fare
Next stop, 8th Street.
into tickets for an awesome night out. And turn your grocery run into a trip to total relaxation. Get 3 times the points on supermarkets, restaurants, and on gas and transit. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Open to the Armed Forces, the DoD, Veterans, and their families, insured by NCUA. American Express is registered service mark of American Express. Used by Navy Federal under license.
68 teams started the tournament, and only the best have survived. Look at Baylor last night. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new customers in the center of the action. Bet $1 on any tournament game, and if your team wins, you win $100. It's that simple. Turning $1 into $100 is the easiest. It's 100-to-1 odds. Pick any college basketball team that's still in the hunt for your shot at winning $100, and all it takes is a $1 bet and that team winning their next game. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code FANATIC when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 if the college basketball team of your choosing pulls off the win. That's code FANATIC for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's spelled Kincade, Kincade. Just so you know when you're writing your complaint emails.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show being taken over today by Natural Lawn of America. Let them take over your lawn, too.
I got to do that.
Not your show.
I got this weird, little grass patches. They look like onion. They almost look like chive stalks.
Oh, that's ridiculous. It's
bad. Where your dog's been pooping.
That's where your dog poops. Yeah,
really?
Bob's right. Bob's right.
Well, Natural Lawn, I'm sure, can handle it for me.
That means you're not cleaning up.
Yeah, well, we inherited this lawn.
Well, that means there was a dog that pooped there.
Yeah. The neighborhood's got a lot of dog poop there.
If you got the stalks,
well, I'll have to call Natural Lawn.
That's where the dog poops. Well, all
Natural
you
Lawn
do is
take
call 800 free seed at the next break. I would not eat poo.
I honestly might.
Greener grass and fewer weeds are guaranteed. I think I can hook you up with a nice price.
Oh,
I think I can hook you up. A tasty item.
Well, my neighbor's lawn is better looking than mine.
Oh, you're competitive?
Yeah, well, he got the spray treatment last weekend.
Is this the one that shovels your driveway for you?
No, this is the other side. My man Nelson.
He's getting the cookie cutter approach, unless he's using Natural Lawn.
I don't know.
He's getting the guy where they pull up the truck, and they just spray the lawn, and then they go to the next house and they just spray the lawn.
But he's beating me.
Well, then
he's got a nicer lawn.
Then get on. Well, you just moved into this place, right?
Yeah, I got a rehab.
Okay.
Natural Lawn. What's up?
Now, what about the servants? What about the servants' quarters?
They're nicely kept.
Is Jeeves?
Yeah,
they have a good little.
He maintains and mulches.
Okay, good.
He's a good man.
Make sure Jeeves has got it all covered there. There's great debate today. There's great debate on the YouTube page, and I do think there is an oversight that's being pointed out.
Fat athletes still, are we talking?
No, this is a absolutely
fat radio host.
Is the idea of Rankins. Rankins is pretty good.
Yeah, we might have missed one there. He's solid.
How about this?
He's a
Rankins is much more of a hit than he is a what if.
Yes. That's fair.
And I think so. I went back and I'm looking more.
Sometimes when you buzz through,
but that was a miss. That's a miss on our part.
We got to do better there.
That is a.
We could have been better.
Sports? That is a part on those things. I've already had one person today. You know when you get the person that goes after you aggressively on social media.
No, I've never gone that.
And they don't know like anything about you. So they go over. I had somebody on another topic. I was responding to someone else, one of my old coworkers, and on a thing, and this lady said, well, if you were a cancer patient, you'd need this. And I said, I was a cancer patient twice. And now
that's awkward.
Now she's piped down.
Oh, she didn't double. Usually on Twitter, they double down on that.
I don't think you're doubling down on cancer survivors. That's really sort
Never
of like
underestimate
really
the double down on Twitter.
It's really bad when you do that. Like, she's lecturing me on, well, if you were a cancer patient, you would. And I'm like,
I'm shocked she didn't say, well, if you survived it twice.
Well.
It is unbelievable. The other night on Twitter, a kid that grew up with Jenna, and I know his father pretty well, put out there, I'm so excited I'm going to George Washington or whatever to study political science. I said, hey, Jake, congratulations.
I saw
buddy.
you do that. I saw you give him a nice.
And a guy, you're congratulating someone that's going to a college to get into a field that's a nowhere field.
Really?
Seriously, dude. It's a great school. Seriously,
don't
dude.
be an a-hole. By the way, it is a great school.
It is, yeah.
Don't be an a-hole.
I mean, you're talking to an 18-year-old kid. Okay.
More importantly, too, the whole thing is like there's a big thing down in the South where grown men follow teenage boys on social media. And it was something where I would always...
Why?
I would do this because of high school recruiting for college football.
Oh, wow.
And I would do this. We would play the Chris Hansen To Catch a Predator.
Why don't you have a seat?
And we would play that. We'd play that. And I would get the hate mail of all hate mail forever. And I'm like, if you're a grown man following a teenage boy on social media,
Unless they're drafted.
Unless you know the teenage boy,
Yeah.
which I don't even like Olivia's friends.
Yeah, that's
They'll
weird.
be like, Mr. Kincade, I follow you on social media. I'm like, well, I'm not following you back.
But like I followed Mickey Moniak when he was drafted.
I don't follow.
That's fine.
Olivia's friends are always like, Mr. Kincade, we follow you and you don't follow us on social media. And I'm like, I'm not following a teenage girl on social media. They're like, you've known us since you were in second grade. I said, nobody knows that.
Yeah,
You don't do that.
No, that's one of the rules I
teenagers
have.
on social media.
No, don't do that.
It.
No,
Don't do it.
it's funny though.
Do you follow your own? I do not.
My kids on social media?
I do not.
No, they have me blocked.
Yeah, Kyle has him blocked. It's hilarious.
So, yeah.
I like Kyle more and more. You know, we're having kids. We're having Kids Day this summer.
Yeah.
We're absolutely having Kids Day. Like, can Kyle come in and do an hour with us?
Oh, he would in a heartbeat. Yeah,
He's coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle's coming in.
Yeah, Kyle.
Because it's great. Olivia will come in.
He's got more of a face for TV, though. He's not like his dad. He's got
So
a
he's
face
good
for
looking
TV.
like me?
I didn't say that. No, I said
think
he's
you meant
good
to say that, but it was good. Well, Kyle's in then.
Yeah.
We're doing Kids Day this summer. We'll bring in our kids.
But it is funny. Jamie makes a good point, and it reminds me of a line that a college
Skylar
coach
will make better points than Jamie.
I hope so.
A college coach said to me one time, my life, my career hinges on the decision of 16 and 17-year-old kids.
Isn't that amazing?
And when he said that, it stopped me in my tracks.
Isn't that scary?
Wow.
Hey, want to tell you what's for dinner, you ask? At Wawa, they've got the answer. No matter what you're craving, every day starting at 4 p.m., Wawa dinner sounds good. Mike in Delran joins us. Mike, good morning. You're on The Fanatic. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good,
What's up,
buddy.
Mike?
What's going on, man?
Hey, speaking of a-holes, did Howie Roseman pick Fletcher Cox? Or was that I can't remember.
I think it was Reed.
That was Andy Reid.
I think it was his last draft class.
Andy Reid's I believe it was Andy Reid's last one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So out of all those names, and I got what you guys were doing, the difference between 6 and 12, to me it doesn't really matter because it's Howie Roseman making the pick. I like the trade because next year it could potentially be 3 first-rounders, and then that way, if Howie's still here, he has 3 opportunities to at least maybe get one wrong and get a right guy. You know what I mean?
Here's the problem, Mike. Okay, let's say I believe the Eagles are going to have a top 5 pick.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go with that assumption. Yep. Miami's pick, I believe, will probably be like 18 to 22.
Middle of the pack.
Oh,
yeah.
18
really?
to 22?
10 to 15, but all right.
Oh, I don't. I absolutely don't.
They got some talent down there.
And then the Colts pick, if Carson Wentz plays 12 of the
25.
games, late 20s. And I hear people say all the time, well, you'll have the number 1 picks. You can move up in the draft. Here's the deal. If there's a generational talent at quarterback that emerges next year, no one's trading out of that pick. So the Eagles, if they finish with the 5th pick, well, we've got multiple picks to be able to move up. The Jacksonville Jaguars are not picking up the phone to give up the pick. By the way, the Jets are sitting there with the 2nd pick of quarterbacks. They're not picking up the phone. They wouldn't pick up the phone.
No, but next year, if the Jags are the worst team in the league again, they'll pick up the phone for number 1.
Right, that's what I mean.
They won't be.
Go Birds.
See, Mike.
Thanks, Mikey.
Yeah, Danny Watkins, the fireman, was actually Andy's last first-round
That was
draft
his
pick.
last first-round draft pick?
Cox was his second to last.
Wow. Oh, my gosh. The Danny
He
Watkins.
liked his lineman.
I screamed at that.
Kind of different.
I screamed at that one.
A little bit.
Yeah.
One's a
Oh,
Hall of
my
Famer,
gosh.
potentially.
One's a fireman.
Yeah.
All right, in Cooney's Corner, what does it mean if this guy is your starting center fielder?
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
So you talked about expectations, John. Phillies' expectations. They can go where if they do this. Look, I'm not Roman Quinn. I've pretty much had enough of. I mean, I saw the guy get hurt running from second base to the dugout one time after he got caught stealing. I just don't see that playing out anymore. Adam Hazley, I'm kind of okay. Give him a shot. I like the way he fields. I like a left-handed center fielder. And he's a good fielder. We'll see what he does at bat, but he's only had 300 or so at bats, so we don't know yet. But my point being, if you're really a playoff contender, is either one of those guys who should be starting in center field for you?
I'd say you have the worst starting field. That's your worst. That's the worst in Major League Baseball.
Probably.
Yeah,
And
it's
there
the
are,
most unknown.
what are
I
there,
mean, if
30
you throw
franchises, that's the worst.
Hazley is a TBD, but
yeah,
I think we know he doesn't have any shot at power.
The TBD on Hazley is whether he's going to be able to get a ball in the air.
So,
Roman Quinn kind
can
of
he hit a sacrifice fly?
Roman Quinn stinks.
Oh my gosh!
Can we just call it what it is?
I just don't see it there. And okay,
They need to
let
upgrade
it,
center
let
field.
Let it fall on Hazley then. All
Yes,
right?
I would
and
give
do
him
something that you right or wrong that you didn't do with Kingery. Say, here's a position, make or break. Let's see what happens.
5 days a week. Here you go, kid.
So let it go. Stop with the Roman Quinn. Stop with the experiment. Just come out and say, look, it's Adam Hazley's job. And maybe he proves to be something. I don't know. Maybe he is a 280
I'm
hitter.
not writing him off.
No, I do like. He had some plays in the field last year that were really good. So okay, I just gut reaction was when I thought of this is wow, that doesn't. Center field is such an important position to me. Adam Hazley, now Pat, you would know better to this. At bat, you talk NBA, you have an NBA skill. Does he have, is there an NBA skill, is there an MLB skill that he has that you can thrive on? I don't know, because it's not speed, it's not.
He's kind of just good. He's not great at one spot. He's just good at everywhere.
So what's a projection of good thing for him? An 8-hole, 7-hole hitter who,
7-hole works his way into maybe top of the order.
280 hitter?
Yeah, no, I think he'll hit. I think he'll absolutely hit. The question is, could he turn doubles into home runs?
What does absolutely hit?
280, 285, 290?
I would love that.
He's a good
What
hitter.
are we talking about production, though?
Well,
because he can't even get a ball in the air.
Yeah, you keep harping on that. We've had 300 at-bats here. Let's not jump to conclusions.
Okay, but he can't.
Okay,
so
maybe he
bulked
up.
In his first 300 at-bats, did we see that Juan Soto could get a ball in the air? Did we see that Ronald Acuna could get a ball in the air? I'm just wondering.
Yes, every player's the same.
I'm just wondering. No, I'm just saying is that...
You want me to name every
that's a
player
skill?
who didn't just jump out the gate and start
No, I'm not
smashing
saying jump
bombs?
out of the...
I mean, if we're going to play...
It's not jumping out of the gate to get a ball in the air, Pat.
All right.
To not hit a 3-bouncer
If we want to jump
get
to
out of the
conclusions after
infield,
300 at-bats...
I said I'm not writing him off.
It sounds like it, though.
No, I'm not writing him off. But if you don't acknowledge that it has been a absolute disaster that he hits 3 bounce balls to get to the outfield.
I got to be honest, I don't care. If he's getting base hits, I don't care. If he's getting on base, why do I care if it's in the air or not?
Because you are not getting production where every other team in Major League Baseball is getting more out of the same position.
Well, that's what scares me a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's my point on that.
Okay. Your left fielder and center field positions aren't guys that are going to hit you 20 home runs.
Correct.
No.
So,
and that is a deficiency that's going to hold the franchise back.
So if Adam Hazley's best WAR, let's just pick a number. His best chance at a WAR is maybe a 2.
Yeah.
That's best case.
You're deficient.
That's not good enough.
No, you're deficient
for such an important position on your team. I honestly was surprised they sent Odubel down. Just because I think he's better than Roman Quinn at this point.
We're going to get into this at the top of the hour.
But yeah, your center field is lacking.
He struggled the last 2 weeks.
He did.
But if I hear the nonsense of, well, Adam Adam Hazley and Roman Quinn made the team. They went out there and won the job.
I mean, Hazley batted, I think, 324 over the last couple weeks, so he was hitting well.
Right,
but
at the end, yes, he was. He really was.
I'm not pumped about the center field position. Let me just say that.
It just doesn't jump out at me.
They can spin any story they want about, well, they won the job. Yeah, sure. Let's put it this way.
They didn't win the job.
They didn't win the job.
No, they got the job because there's no other options.
But there were. There were.
It's kind of like me in this job right here. Like, I didn't win the job. You guys you didn't have any options.
Wasn't there a contest or something? Tell me there was a reason that you got the job.
Wow.
It was
a limbo contest. I dominated it.
Did they have something like that?
Dominated that limbo contest.
Oh, my God. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Said it's a lot of fun. Look, it's this team has... I think this team
That's its only real offensive deficiency.
I think this team has...
Center field?
Yeah. Which sucks to say.
I said yesterday, I like this lineup second best in the division.
It's complete.
It is, and it could be. And look, if you put Hazley in there and say, go get it, and he does hit you, I don't know, 260 to 280, something like that, and does something. I don't know, steals a few bases, or
he's got to play a great glove.
Really good defense.
He's got to play a great glove.
Then okay, you can fit him in there
because your expectations are only a 7 or 8 hole hitter.
Braves have won 3 in a row, right? 3 divisions in a row.
I think
3 in a row. 3 divisions.
Did the
3 in a row? No, they didn't.
The
Nats
won
won a wild
yeah.
card. 3 in a row.
Yeah, that sounds right.
What bothers me about the Phillies lineup and why I don't think the Phillies could beat them out is just the pop up and down the lineup with the Braves that the Phillies don't have.
Well, that's why Rhys Hoskins has to be a power hitter.
Rhys has to be a power hitter.
He has to get 30-plus home runs.
He's got to be.
If you have any chance of doing anything this year.
If Ronald Acuna hits more home runs out of the leadoff spot than Rhys Hoskins
Do you know
hits,
why? Because he's aggressive.
Oh, he's very aggressive. Hey, Natural Lawn of America, they're aggressive, too, about taking care of your lawn. Safer for your lawn, kids, and pets. Schedule their full-service program and get free seeding every year. Jamie's calling next commercial break.
Yeah.
Call 800-FREE-SEED, Natural Lawn of America.
Can't be losing the yards.
And fewer weeds guaranteed.
A competition with the neighbors.
There is a little bit of a... The only problem when there's not with the competition, too, is that there's the lawn service now. The new house, when it's built, there will be a lawn service that cuts the lawn for everybody. But your maintenance of your lawn is yours. As far as for weeds.
Mulching, weeding, flowers.
No, mulching is covered.
Oh, yeah.
Mulching's covered.
Fertilizing and stuff you have to do on your own.
You have to do on your own, and we're putting in a sprinkler system.
Nice.
So we're going to put the sprinkler system in because I don't know that you need it as much up here. And I wonder
it doesn't
about
hurt.
that. Is that
it doesn't hurt.
Do most people do not have them, right?
I don't think so.
We don't have a big. It's not going to be a big.
Like Jamie's has it.
No, we don't know.
It's not going to be a big lot. Like it's not a big lot.
I wouldn't say it's necessary, but it can't hurt.
Because it's absolutely been necessary. So we're just used to having.
Where you're from? Yeah, absolutely.
We're just used to having one.
I would take a poll of.
No, put up a poll question about it.
No, I didn't. Whoa.
Take a poll.
We don't do that on this show.
Yeah, we don't do
So maybe
that.
you ask other shows to do it for you.
Ask other shows. How about could Anthony put up a poll today? Should Kincade tell his wife we are not getting the sprinkler system? Because if I take that out of the budget, bubble hockey's in.
Oh.
I would think you don't need it, honestly.
The Czechs hockey is in.
I mean, are you opposed to going out there and hooking up the hose to just a cheap sprinkler and letting it?
You think I'm doing that?
See, I kind of like that stuff.
A little sprinkler? No. Olivia's not running around
not like the oscillating little back and forth. No, you got to.
That was
that
was a Broomall special. In
Egan does the sprinkler.
Broomall, that was those that we had. There was a swim club.
I like that sound.
There was a swim club, and by the way, that's the sound that the sprinkler system makes.
I love that sound.
Well,
it reminds
great.
me of summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the sprinkler system sound too.
Well, then there you go. As long as you're getting that, then I think it's worth it.
No, I don't think you need the sprinkler system.
I
think you're good
and
with
I do
the
need the
with
new
the hose
Czechs
and
hockey.
Yeah, you got to have games.
I mean,
to
do
play.
you want the communism to win?
It's Czechs hockey. No, wait a minute.
Bring
No,
down
wait
the
a minute.
USSR.
She's from Jamaica. She's not a communist. It just seems that way.
My mistake.
It just seems that way.
By the way, somebody tweeted me a very depressing Eagles stat. Would you guys like to hear it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why don't you kick us in the...
Yeah, would you guys like a swift kick to the beanbag?
James.
By the way, a gentleman here is saying to me that he's never heard that expression before.
Kicking the beanbag?
Never heard that expression
Really?
before. He goes, you use that expression. He's never heard it before.
I've
He
heard
goes,
that.
I'm going to use it. I've heard that. I stole it.
So go Birds, go Sixers. A guy named Pat on Twitter tweets in, courtesy of Reuben Frank, this stat from last week.
He's a friendly man.
Since 1970, 40 Hall of Famers have been drafted in the first 6 picks. You want to take a gander on how many between picks 7 and 12? 11. We're talking Hall of Famers here. That's nearly a 4-to-1 ratio, fellas. I don't know.
Good, Jane.
I don't know.
Really good.
I don't know if you did the math.
Yeah.
That's very good. You did the math.
Yeah.
That's Rube did that?
Yeah.
Good work. That's good work, Rube.
It's pretty depressing.
Good work.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's very, very good at digging up those numbers.
Yeah, him and Jason Stark have the number.
His numbers thing is absolutely
it's
fantastic. Cool. One of the most unfriendly members of the media ever to me in the history of media.
Wow.
He's on my list. People want to know who's on the list? He's on the list.
One
of the most unfriendly. I had a guy say that he wants me to read the list.
Do you actually jot it down like Steve Buscemi and Billy Madison?
It's in my head.
Okay.
It's in my head.
So like when you lay down, you don't put on lipstick and cross people out?
I've crossed paths with.
He said, yeah, I do. I was out of here.
All the Philly media, we would cross paths. We would cross paths over the years because I'd be back here, I'd be doing stuff and everything like that, and he was just never friendly to me. And I am a huge fan of his work. I love his stuff.
That's not a surprise.
Love his stuff. What do you mean not
He
surprised?
tends to search his name on Twitter and then block people for making fun
now
of
I
him.
figured it out.
He's
But I'm not like that. I'm a big fan.
A little soft.
Not friendly. Not friendly.
Don't make fun of his favorite band. He'll block you.
I am excited for our golf outing this afternoon.
I can't wait.
We're going to 5-iron today.
I cannot wait.
Okay, so we're going to 5-iron downtown. It's going to be fun. Virtual simulated golf.
Yeah.
Did you guys bring your clubs or no?
I did not. I'm going to just go with what they have.
I did vote Bob most likely to be the guy.
Yeah.
And by the way, they make fun of people with this sometimes. The Top Golf people. I did a lot of stuff with Top Golf. They would see the guys that bring their full clubs and everything to Top Golf.
See, I do that there.
You and I, when we did something similar before, we took our clubs, so you can't look down
most
on me.
likely on the show to bring his full golf clubs.
Well,
No,
you're correct.
I wasn't going to bring full. I said this to you guys yesterday. I think I'll bring my driver and
That's
then
not
like
bad.
a 7-iron and a
pitch.
and
Right.
pitch and
That's
wedge,
different.
something. Yeah,
Because you're walking through downtown with a
yeah.
Well, Jamie and I did. We felt so stupid.
It would be. Now there is one thing though is who your number one golf etiquette thing that pisses you off on a golf course when you're in a foursome that somebody does that pisses you off?
Playing slow.
Slow play?
I don't need. Come on, man.
Check your
Yeah,
from
like,
5
dude, we
angles.
all suck out here.
Yes.
We don't need 5 practice
What about you?
swings when you're 110 out.
the asking of what club you're hitting.
Really?
Somebody
Like-
asking you what
Yeah.
you're hitting. Okay.
What's it matter to you what I'm hitting? If we don't hit the same distance, so what it reeks to me is, oh, you're hitting a 5-iron? I'm hitting an 8.
What about
Really?
you, Pat?
Who cares?
It's the guy who takes forever to actually take a swing.
So it's you two are both on the
Yeah,
delay.
it drives me nuts.
Like, just grip it and rip it.
Mine is the guys who sit in a cart while they drive to one guy's ball, he hits, and the other guy sits there, and then they drive to his ball, and he gets out, and the other guy sits.
Yeah.
You drive to the guy who's
drop
the
me
furthest
off,
back,
go to the other.
and the guy who has the shirt should walk to their ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hate that.
I'll grab 2 or 3 clubs and say,
Yes,
I'll see you at the
and say,
green.
I'll see you at the, and or after they hit, you drive up and pick
Sure,
them up.
absolutely.
But don't sit in the cart while your cart mate is watch them take
Well,
their shot.
I
and
can
then-
guarantee you today at 5-iron golf, John, that's not going to be a problem.
Well, we don't have a cart.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't have a
Because we're
cart.
golfing in downtown Center City.
I'm looking forward to. By the way,
Yeah.
adult beverages too.
Oh, hell yeah.
and a little lunch.
Shirley Temples.
Lunch, yeah, I don't know if I'm doing adult beverages.
You need a
me?
couple beers to go
Yeah, the
paint,
couple,
and you're
Bob.
sanding.
Bob, you can say if you're gonna
I
do
don't
it, come on
know.
Bob Vila used to be half loaded doing that show.
Oh, all right then.
You didn't know that?
Okay then.
Chip and Joanna, they party while they're taking the
Stoned out of their minds.
The shiplap. They're
Yeah.
like, oh man, that my town.
They
people?
love their shiplap.
Oh, they
I never
do.
even heard of shiplap before
They're
Joanne.
all- yeah. You like Joanna though.
So what's real quick before the break? What's the course you all want to play? If we get the options on the simulator, what course?
Oh, well, first off, I better get on to Marion soon. Hint,
Pebble.
hint. But I
I
would
know
say,
a member
I'd say
there. I'm
Pebble.
still
I think
waiting.
Pebble.
I'll
Pebble
do
be
Pebble.
fun.
Pebble's
There you go.
fine.
Pebble sounds like fun. All right, we got a lot coming up for you in the 8 o'clock hour, including a discussion that will make many in the Philadelphia area uncomfortable. Stay tuned. John Kincade Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. I've got the Sportsbook app of choice in the palm of my hand every single day. The Parx Casino Sportsbook app that gives you hundreds of ways to bet on all the college hoops action. But the in-game wagering has been the game changer for me. This is something that I've never experienced, except if I've been sitting in a sportsbook in Vegas. I love the fact that I can adjust in the course of a game, see how the line's moving. If I've got a gut feel for it, I can throw a couple bucks at it and have a little fun with it. If you love fantasy sports, you will love in-game sports wagering. Test your own knowledge against yourself. And you will absolutely love the Parx Casino Sportsbook app. If you're a new customer, you can get a $50 bet without making a deposit. Free $50 wager, and all new customers get a $500 risk-free bet that you can get refunded in site credit. The Parx Casino is beautiful, and the Parx Casino Sportsbook app, it's gorgeous just like it. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
You're a middle-aged man. You can't be a DJ.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's John Kincade Show takeover is brought to you by Natural Lawn of America. 800 free seed. Greener grass. Fewer weeds guaranteed.
Yo, Philadelphia, Anthony Gargano talking remotely with my childhood friend Bob Marino, President, Spring Garden Lending's Mid-Atlantic region. I need to hug Bob.
Sit down for this one, Ant.
What?
Spring Garden Lending is now providing up to 30 years fixed-rate permanent financing at phenomenal rates for real estate developers and investors for their rental properties.
More details, please.
The product, Permanent Plus, is for financing single and multifamily projects with a loan range of $75,000 to $3 million.
That's huge. That's like Sixers huge.
You got that right, Ant. This is the big leagues now.
Wow, real estate developers and investors, listen up. Not only is Spring Garden Lending one of the region's fastest growing companies, not only are they faster than a bank and less expensive than hard money lenders, but now they are providing 30-year fixed rate permanent financing at out of the park rates. Spring Garden Lending, a private lender specializing in bridge loans, and now 30-year fixed permanent financing for real estate investments in the Philly market. It's Bob. Call now.
Making Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
In 2003, it was rare for freshmen to carry a college basketball team, never mind two of them. But for Syracuse, Carmelo Anthony and Jerry McNamara did just that, all the way to a national championship. Anthony led the team in scoring and rebounds, while McNamara led the team in assists and was third in scoring. In the national championship game against Kansas, Carmelo was the game's leading scorer with 20, and McNamara added 18.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
March is the biggest month in college basketball, where teams across the country test their talent in the hopes of winning it all. For finding talent that can help your team win it all, there's LinkedIn Jobs. Post a job with targeted screening questions, and LinkedIn will quickly get your role in front of qualified candidates. Manage job posts and contact candidates from a single view, as functions are streamlined onto one simple screen. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
O'Reilly. Save big during Power Torque Tools DIY Day sale at O'Reilly Auto Parts with great deals on socket sets, impact wrenches, and more. Right now, get $10 off a 200-piece mechanics tool set, plus earn double O-Rewards points. That means you'll get to your next reward even faster. Visit the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts today, or shop O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Cleanliness and safety are essential to the success of any business. That's why Cintas has introduced our Total Clean program, a one-of-a-kind service that includes scheduled deliveries of essential cleaning supplies, hygienically cleaned uniforms, and on-site sanitizer and disinfectant services to help eliminate germs. Learn what the Cintas Total Clean program can do for you.
Oh, I'm ready.
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Since there was no basketball tournament last March, Unibet is offering twice the sign-up bonus this year. Get $40 free and $500 risk-free. With twice the bonus, go twice as hard. Woo! Watch on 2 screens. Woohoo, yeah! On 2 couches. Both cheeks. And place twice the bets. Bonus! Get $40 free and $500 risk-free. Unibet Sportsbook. Crazy about the odds. Must be 21 or over to play and physically located in Pennsylvania. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I want to fling, spice things up.
Whoa, hold on. Marriage takes work.
No, I mean a spicy Bloody Mary mix for the brunch I'm planning. I want to fling into spring at Total Wine with thousands of wine, spirits, and beers to explore. I want to mix up cocktails with tequilas and fruit-flavored vodkas. I want choices. Chardonnays, rosés, Pinots, Proseccos. I want more.
All right, let's go to Total Wine and More.
Wondrous selection, helpful guides, always low prices. Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. But even in, I'm gonna say it, unprecedented times, don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig, with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks, and with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next. And bounce forward. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more.
I think a lot of people are feeling that quarantine 15 right about now. I know I am. So Natalie and I just finished the juice cleanse with Squeeze.com.
I did a 3-day cleanse, Mike. Squeeze.com is the best juice cleanse on the market. With Squeeze.com, you get your juices, you can sleep better, and you get rid of that belly bloat.
Now, here's the best part. You order by 1 p.m., you'll receive same-day delivery by 9 p.m. So go to squeezed.com and join us on our juice journey and start that cleanse today.
Roadcon Inc., a leading heavy and highway contractor in the area, is now hiring. Roadcon Inc. has immediate openings for experienced heavy equipment operators, bridge carpenters, superintendents, foremen, and construction laborers to work in southeastern PA. If you have the experience needed and want to work for an award-winning contractor committed to providing long-term employment in a safe, productive, and positive environment, please visit roadcon.com. That's ROAD-CON.com. Roadcon Inc., equal opportunity employer.
The tournament is just frankly better at BetMGM. They're the king of sportsbooks for a reason. They're going to give you a free bet right now. You can just wager $1 on any college tournament team, and if you win your wager, you'll receive $100 in free bets. All right, so all you have to do is use bonus code PATEGAN100 to get in on that offer. $1 to win $100. But if basketball isn't your thing, not to worry. They have a great offer for baseball as well. If you bet $25 on opening day, you'll get $1 in free bets for every home run hit that day. That's right. Just wager $25 on any Major League Baseball game, and you'll receive $1 in free bets for every home run hit. It's an offer too good to pass up. Once again, though, for the college basketball one, you have to use bonus code PATEGAN100. Baseball one, you just have to opt in. Those are the kind of offers that you get at BetMGM. That's why they're the king of sportsbooks. Bet with confidence on your favorite sports all year long like I've been doing. This is a new customer offer. It's paid in free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older, Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER, and don't forget, they're in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
I've got a dog named after Nick Foles. You can't get more Philly than that. We're always loving the backup quarterback.
How's everyone doing?
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It is the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. We appreciate you being a part of the show. Our 8 o'clock hour is brought to you by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. Do you want to celebrate a milestone, boys?
Oh, it's got to be some number. What?
Wait a second.
Is it 69?
That's 11 consecutive
breaks.
hitting the post.
Oh.
That is 11 consecutive, which is a record for him.
John's feeling randy.
It's a record for us.
Oh, look at us.
That's 11.
Beer's on John today.
That is 11 consecutive. No, beer's on our friends at 5 Iron.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
This place looks awesome, by the way.
That works out great.
I'm on their
it
website
really
right now.
I'm looking forward. By the way, Tyrone was there. He said he loved it.
Oh, yeah?
Tyrone went, and he said he loved it.
Yeah, it looks
Can't
cool.
wait. And
looks sexy inside. Good vibe. A lot of neon lights. And
sexy.
Looks like a sexy vibe.
The words you choose to, first of all, the terms you throw out
so
many
weird.
times don't make sense, but the words you choose to use are sort of out of context.
When you
think you're excited, feel these nipples.
Leather couches around a golf simulator. That's a little sexy,
awesome.
you know?
It is great.
Yeah.
It is great. By the way, I want to make a big announcement for you before we start this hour. 97.5 The Fanatic is welcoming you to be a part of the Fanatic 500. Starting on Monday. Again, listen at 8, 10, noon, 2, 4, 6, and 8 for your chance to win $500 fast. It's the Fanatic 500 from the Parks Casino Sportsbook app, the official sportsbook partner of John Kincade and the Real Philly Fan. You got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 7 times a day, your chance to win $500 fast. It's the Fanatic 500, and it starts on Monday. And we look forward to having you cash in here. All right, now I expect this to be our most spirited, controversial discussion that we have of the week. Let it be known, the Phillies took the easy way out. You've got 26 roster spots. You are already talent challenged in the Eastern Division, which is loaded of the National League. Are the Phillies trying to win? Do they want to compete or not? Or are you catering more towards virtue signaling or winning baseball games? No, I don't believe for one freaking second that Adam Hazley and Roman Quinn were the two best options to be center fielders for the Philadelphia Phillies. I believe both of them are inferior options to Odubel Herrera. I believe that Hazley has a chance to eclipse Herrera, but right now, based on what I know about Herrera at the major league level and Hazley at the major league level, which is a small sample size, I cannot say that Hazley will be better than Herrera. There is not an argument to be made right now that Hazley is the better player now. And I don't care what lectures people want to deliver on television, radio, social media about their moral code. It's virtue signaling because people are very situational about athletes that they choose to forgive and those that they don't. My code is one of forgiveness after contrition and actions have been offered, because I pray that one day, if I'm ever faced with it myself, that will be the code that I will be judged by. The Phillies let a PR angle manipulate their major league roster. It's nothing less, nothing more. And that stinks. It's about baseball. You are not staffing the church choir. If you say you'd rather have an inferior team because of your virtue signaling, that's fine. Then just admit it. But it's not about the best player. And what the Phillies decided to do is not go with the best option. They decided to give in on saying, well, we will answer the virtue signaling. Nobody supports domestic violence. Nobody does. And there's nobody debating that it's not terrible and bad. But I also know that just as godly is forgiveness. And I will choose to afford it to a man that I don't know and a man that the vast majority of the listening audience and my peers in the media do not know either. They don't know his marriage. They don't know him. They do know his worst moment. I want to see winning baseball. I don't want to win morality plays. And that's where I stand as we start the 8 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show with Jamie Lynch and Bob Cooney and Pat Egan. In absentia today, the coach, Eric Camille. And we've got Connor and we've got Mike, and Mike's doing a fine job there, and Connor's doing it too, here on the John Kincade Show. Bob, the Phillies did not put the best 26-man roster. They're not taking the best 26-man roster to opening day, and no one can argue that fact with me. I believe that there is an argument to be made. They took the best guys for the position, and I think that sucks.
Yeah, so here's two ways that I looked at it, okay? And I said this to you, and I firmly believe that back when training camp started, I said on the air that, look, just be open and honest with what you're doing. If you are not comfortable with having Odubel Herrera,
say it.
Tell him that. Tell the fans that. Let him know whether you cut him and you still have to pay him whatever it may be. Or if you're giving him a second chance, if you're happy with the way he has resolved things with his wife, if he's treated his teammates well, if he's apologetic, if you're comfortable with that, then make the proper baseball decision. It seems like they just went down the middle and didn't do that. Now, to be fair, Odubel Herrera didn't light things on fire this spring training.
No, he certainly did not.
Is he head and shoulders above? No, like you just said, John. No, he's not head and shoulders above Hazley. Is he probably your best bet in center field? Probably. But is it a case, if you take everything away, is it a case that you say, you know what? No, we're going to give the younger kid a chance to sink or swim. And if that's the decision, okay. But my problem with it all is, like I stated to you a month ago, just be open and honest with everybody.
And they refused to be open and honest.
And it seemed like they said, well, we're going to give him a shot. But then at the end, I don't know if they really did or not. I don't know.
Hazley and Odubel Herrera is the best combination of center fielders this team could have, period. And I don't need to hear about, well, the Phillies need Roman Quinn to have a situational base runner, some guy with speed in the team. That's ridiculous because most teams don't waste a roster spot on that.
Yeah.
In today's day and age.
I mean, it's hard to make the case for Roman Quinn being counted on for anything with this team.
Correct.
I mean, he hit .213 last year in 110 plate appearances.
He is absolutely he's
just not good. I mean, he doesn't have an on base that's serviceable for a center fielder,
and he's a guy that you're counting on to get out there. Like he can steal a base for you in a big spot in baseball. For God's sakes, today.
You can make the case that Hazley deserved the starting spot because he's batted over 300 the last 2 or 3 weeks since he's returned from injury.
I got no problem with him being on the roster.
He's a top 10 pick. He hasn't gotten a fair shake at it yet. I understand giving him the chance as the starter, but it's tough to make the case from a baseball standpoint that Odubel is worse for this team
should be on the roster
than Roman Quinn.
Just tell us, Pat. I mean, the Phillies should have the I don't want to use a crude term. The Phillies should have the cojones to go out there and tell us the truth. Say, this is the reason we did this. Oh, and by the way, fans, we're putting a less talented team on the field to try to compete in a division where we're probably the 4th most talented roster.
Yeah, let me just preface this by saying 2 weeks ago I wrote a thing for the website saying that the Phillies center field position was over and they just couldn't admit it to themselves. And I thought,
by the way, you were correct.
Thought Odubel Herrera, at the time, he was hitting 300 in spring training, and it's just like it was over. He hit 231 in spring training.
Mm-hmm.
He was already facing an uphill battle because of the PR stuff, but let's not kid ourselves. This guy was trending down the last 3 years he played baseball. In 2017, he hit 281. In 2018, he had 255. And the last year he played, he had 222.
So he trending down below Roman Quinn?
And that's the thing. So the Roman Quinn, what he brings to the table is everything you guys. He's a slap hitter who brings speed. He's a situational base runner who plays a little bit of defense. But I'm not overly surprised at what they did because it wasn't like when everything that happened with Odubel Herrera, we were already talking about what the hell's happened with on the field. We've been talking about what happened with Odubel Herrera, and then everything off the field happened. So I'm a little bit surprised, but I'm not outraged.
I got to tell you that it's one of those things where, what did you say the other day when we were having the discussion about Howie Roseman and the trade? I completely understand.
I don't like it, but I understand it.
The logic behind it.
Sure.
So I understand the logic behind it, but don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Yeah. Are you guys South Park fans?
Yes.
So they do one of the things that every election throughout time has always been between a douche and a turd sandwich. And that's kind of what we're looking at here because, Odubel would fall in the douche category. Roman would fall in the turd sandwich category. We're talking about the guys in their last seasons of performing, a 222 hitter with a 288 on-base percentage for Odubel Herrera, and Roman Quinn was a 213 batting average with a 261 on base. What the hell are we doing here?
Yeah.
The fact is, anybody tries to spin that Roman Quinn made this team,
they both stink.
It's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of crap.
Yeah, we laid out the model a month ago of how the Phillies shouldn't handle this. And then they went and handled it exactly the way we said they shouldn't. You have to be honest with yourself.
Just say it.
Yeah.
Say, look,
we're not comfortable having them on this team.
And we're going to put him down in AAA and maybe another organization, but we're going to keep him in our organization, and maybe he'll have an opportunity to come up later in the year, or maybe another organization he'll have that opportunity.
Yeah.
But its bottom line is this. The Phillies decided to not have the best 26-man roster they can have. Period. Flat out. There's no argument to be made. Roman Quinn is a liability. And if you're talking about, he can be good for a steal. We can use them as a steal. The Phillies can't afford in a division where now, I don't know, maybe they're the 5th most talented roster. The Marlins were in the postseason last year.
Yeah.
They might have the 5th as far as roster stacked top to bottom. They may be the 5th most talented. You can't afford to have luxury items.
No,
the Dodgers can have a luxury item. The Dodgers could afford
exactly.
a
You can
Roman
have
Quinn.
you can have your 8th inning base stealer.
The Phillies can't have a luxury item.
No, and I just don't understand why you can't come out and say, "Look, we're going to give Adam Hazley every chance to be our starting center fielder."
And
that's
I'm fine with that.
That's fine. And the next question is does this have to do anything with Odubel's off the field? You say yes or no, and you answer it.
Correct.
You're up front about it. You're up front with him behind closed doors. You're up front to the fans and the media in front of those doors. I just don't understand why you had to leave something up for questioning.
Well, and that's what I don't get, Pat, is that idea.
Last week, I brought up that I thought Odubel Herrera was going to be the starting center fielder, but I could foresee a situation where they put Roman Quinn out there opening day because of the PR stuff.
Yeah, you did say that.
And I forget, either John or Bob, one of you guys said no because Dave Dombrowski is not going to do that. He's going to put the best team on the field. So what happened?
I'm shocked. I absolutely am shocked. And again, I will just tell you this. There are a lot of people who know a lot about other people's marriages. There are a lot of people who know a lot about other people's, what their personal relationships are and marriages are. I've heard it all. I've read it all. I've heard it all. I've watched it all. I've listened to callers. I've read people's comments on social media. It's amazing to me, the amount of people that know all about other people's marriages, all about people's. And I got to tell you, there have been some shady characters that have come through this town who are treated like heroes. And they didn't get forced to leave town because of their shady behaviors. So we are very situational in how we treat shady behavior. And if we love a guy, we're going to go, it's not that big a deal. Did the Lakers have to get rid of Kobe Bryant after what went down in Colorado? Did the Lakers say, we got to move on from this guy? He can go on with his career, but he can't go on with it here.
Well, Kobe was good.
Yeah. Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson was good.
Exactly.
He wasn't hitting 222.
Exactly. And you know what happens? The fan morality goes out the window. If the guy's a star, fan morality, fan outrage, it goes away.
That's just sports fans.
Yeah, but that's pathetic. Do you have a moral?
That's reality.
No, but do you have a moral code or not?
It's reality.
No, I get it. And it's pathetic.
Do sports fans have a moral code? No.
No, they don't.
The answer is no.
But you know what, though? But they can't wait to espouse their morality. The virtue signaling is over the top. This guy doesn't deserve forgiveness. But if he's an NBA All-Star, then we can find a way to get past it. It's embarrassing. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years with the area's largest selection of all-natural pet foods, treats, and supplies to keep your furry loved ones happy and healthy, visit our friends at PetsPlusNatural.com. Do you believe, Bob, that teams make decisions that way? I mean, I think that's what happened here.
Well, the Phillies did it with Brett Myers also, who was successful. It's morally you got to live with it. Look at each situation for what it is. Yeah, it's a
Brett Myers got a big. He was sort of beloved in 2008, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean everybody talks about the CC Sabathia at bat.
He's sort of beloved. Yep, sort of beloved, and you know what? Everybody managed to go. Well, he can continue his career, but he can continue it here if he can help.
Yeah,
help.
I guess the real question is, can Odubel Herrera help anymore?
And by the way, if you try to come with the weak-ass sauce to me of, well, it's 2021. It's a different era. You're so full of crap. Honestly, that is the weakest response that I've ever heard. Well, it's 2021. We don't tolerate those things in 2021. No, you did. You tolerated it when guys are star athletes. You'll tolerate it. When guys aren't, you won't tolerate it.
Well, I do think we're advancing a lot as a society.
No question.
I mean, history is problematic. If you go out throughout time, history is problematic.
But at what point was...
So you evolve and you keep getting better and you improve on things. It's just the natural progression of things. I do think there's a difference between the year 2000 and the year 2021 in terms of the way things are treated, and rightfully so.
And I'd flatly say that the amount of, in a career of 30 years almost in sports, I could tell you that if I cared about players' morality off the field or off the court.
Oh, a lot of athletes are just total scumbags.
And guess what? A lot of insurance salesmen are.
Sure.
A lot of doctors are.
Sure.
A lot of teachers are. A lot of talk show hosts are.
Sure.
I mean, you know what I mean? So it's like, if I cared about that and made that my barometer, I don't know that I'd be able to root for
Well, most of those other people aren't, role models to children. And that's part of the job. It is, whether they like it or not. Charles always said, I'm not a role model. Well, you may not choose to be,
Charles,
but
by the
you
way,
are.
had incident after incident.
Sure.
In his
He
career.
threw a guy through a glass
And you know what?
window.
And he was a little person.
Yeah.
He was a little person,
I
too.
didn't even realize that.
And he was beloved in this town, right? Charles, beloved in this town.
Still
is beloved in this town. Uh-huh. Because you see, it moves. I just think if you're going to be a moralist as a reporter, talk show host, fan, or otherwise, be a moralist. But hold everybody to the same standard. So you got to visit. You got to visit every athlete with the same standard. You can't just pick and choose because the guy hits 230 in spring training.
Yeah, but I disagree with the things like when Kobe and Joakim Noah, which you allude to a lot, is
that was the on the court calling a guy's names. That's different than what happened with Kobe. Happened with Kobe in Colorado.
Well, yes, that was a legit court case.
Yeah. Did anybody say that Kobe needed to leave the Lakers? He can have his career, but he can't have it here.
No, but if that situation arises in 2021, I think the outrage is much different.
That's funny. I don't know. I don't remember I'm sure there was outcry in Los Angeles by some people.
Beloved.
I know he's beloved, but I'm sure he wasn't beloved by everybody while this was going on.
I mean, there was definitely hate his way, but not of the way it would be in today's world.
It's a different world today because now it's 280 characters.
Well, cancel culture has gone too far, I think, but it is good to hold people accountable. And we're evolving more in that way.
If there is consistency with it, you got a full supporter right here. When there's not consistency with it, you don't.
It's kind of like, I hate to say it's a learning curve, but as you evolve,
say it's getting more consistent.
Yeah, as you evolve and get better as a society, as a people, moral grounds, whatever, there is we're getting better. We're getting better as a society. I think cancel culture, some of it has gone too far.
I don't believe society's better in 2021 than it was in 2011.
People are held more accountable.
I believe situationally. I believe people hold people accountable.
Like Myers Leonard probably isn't
accountable.
Getting traded and bought out of the league
in 2011.
15 years ago.
No questions.
Now,
no questions.
You're toast.
So,
it makes people accountable.
Natural Lawn of America is safer for your lawn, kids, and pets. Schedule their full-service program. Get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Natural Lawn of America with greener grass and fewer weeds guaranteed.
As Bill Strobel tweets in, he says, the real problem with the Phillies is they don't have any better options than any of these three. And that is the real problem.
Baseball-wise, that is the problem. Exactly.
It really is.
The fact that they were even in a situation where Odubel could have earned a spot is an indictment on their farm system.
All right, real quickly, Jim in San Diego, you got a chance to jump in here. Hi, Jim.
Hey, John. I think it's totally different this year than last year. And the Phillies weighed their options. Do you want to have protests on a Sunday afternoon outside the stadium for a 2:30 hitter? I don't think so. I think the Phillies should have never brought this guy to spring training. That's just one man's opinion.
Well, they had to do that, though, Jim. Legally, they had to bring him to spring training. Now, they don't have to have him on the Major League roster, but they had to. They couldn't just say, don't come. They can say to him, we're going to put you in AAA, though, and you're never going to wear a Phillies uniform. And that's the decision they made. I just wish they would have just told us that. You can stand, if this is your conviction, then stand behind your conviction.
And more importantly, not people say he's not owed anything, but more importantly, upfront and honest with your player also. Hey, look, we're not comfortable having you around. I hope you get your life back on track, but we're just not cut. That happens in all walks of life.
Absolutely, it does. No questions asked.
The honesty is what bothers me, the lack of it.
If consistency comes with this, I'm fine with it. But consistency for all. And you can jump in, too. 610-632-0975. We'll get a chance to bring you in here. We got a lot coming up for you, including, remember, 7 times a day you can win $500. So that's going to be coming up starting on Monday. The Eagles' ranking is ugly in this category. And it drives Pat Egan crazy. We'll get to it next. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. The sportsbook app of choice that I use is the Parx Casino Sportsbook app. Why? Because the Parx Casino Sportsbook app allows me to be able to do the in-game wagering, which has been the biggest revelation to me about this entire thing. I always think, and look, when I think betting, I think point spreads, I think teasers, I think parlays, but the in-game wagering is amazing. Watching a game, seeing if you've got a feel for it, and being able to adjust on the fly and maybe make yourself some money, that's pretty good. Right now, you've got 4 teams that have 3 wins to win a national title and 2 teams that have 2 wins to win a national title that have that opportunity. If you think you know right now, do a futures bet on the Parx Casino Sportsbook app. You can get a $50 free bet with no deposit if you're a new customer, and all new customers get a $500 risk-free bet that can be refunded in site credit. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to download the Parx Casino Sportsbook app or go to parxcasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania. If you've got a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
I know that most people find his calm leadership to be a gentle, soothing beacon at a time of great social chaos.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Happy Hour and Bob Cooney on a Wednesday night. Check out Beers with Bob tomorrow from 6 to 7 p.m.
Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Bob Cooney and Andrew Salchunas go around the world of sports, bringing you updates and breaking news, plus all the betting lines you need. Sit back, crack open a cold one, and enjoy Beers with Bob tomorrow from 6 to 7 on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Cuz. Listen, spring training isn't just for ball players. You could also get into shape before the warmer weather. Yeah, it only takes 40 days to lose 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's contractually guaranteed program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it all for the rest of your life. Not sure if you can do it alone? You're fully monitored by their certified staff, and you'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in 40 days, contractually guaranteed with NJ Diet. Located close by in Princeton and Cherry Hill. You don't leave your house. NJ Diet, also available nationwide with live online video consultations. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows. At the same time, home values have gone up roughly 50% in the last several years. Maybe it's time to put that equity to work by paying off high-rate credit cards, personal loans, or remodel your house. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial. Let us put you in a position to do any of these things with no closing costs. That's right. Nothing's rolled into your loan, whether it's conventional, FHA, or VA, will pay your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. Maybe you just want to lock in a lower rate or refinance out of paying mortgage insurance. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to see how we can save you thousands of dollars a year. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at 888-455-3669. 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669.
Westland Financial Corp is licensed by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Banking. NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Guys, we need to clear a path here.
Indeed knows unexpected employee turnover can stall your business.
Stop by tonight. John.
Like at Chris's Logistics Company. To avoid things grinding to a halt, he needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Since there was no basketball tournament last March, Unibet is offering twice the sign-up bonus this year. Get $40 free and $500 risk-free. With twice the bonus, go twice as hard. Woo! Watch on 2 screens. Woohoo, yeah! On 2 couches. Both cheeks. And place twice the bets. Bonus! Get $40 free and $500 risk-free. Unibet Sportsbook. Crazy about the odds. Must be 21 or over to play and physically located in Pennsylvania. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game. And now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
Thank you for calling Navy Federal Credit Union. How can I help you?
Hi, if I'm in the Army, not in the Navy, am I still eligible for membership?
Yes, you are.
What about my sister in the Air Force?
Her too.
And my dad's a Marine.
We serve all branches of the military, veterans, and their families.
My dog is a retired military working dog.
I'll see what I can do.
Find out if you're eligible at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend it. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune in to Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Hey everyone, it's CJ McCullum, host of the Pull Up Podcast. Whether it's after a tough game or practice, there's nothing better than a nice hot shower to get you feeling your best. And the crucial part of that process is the body wash you use. The new Dove Men plant-based body wash is different because it uses plant-based cleansers and moisturizers. It's clean, it's fresh, and it leaves your skin feeling healthy and hydrated. Relax your body and mind. Shower with the new Dove Men plant-based body wash.
Experience the Dove Men Plus Care plant-based line for yourself. Buy it now at Walmart and Target.
Do you have heavy and highway construction experience? Would you like to work for a company that actually values that experience? Then consider joining RoadCon, an award-winning construction company that's built an impeccable reputation in southeastern Pennsylvania. RoadCon is currently hiring experienced superintendents, foremen, heavy equipment operators, bridge carpenters, and construction laborers. Apply today at road-con.com. That's ROAD-CON.com.
68 teams started the tournament, and only the best remain standing. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new customers in the center of the action. Bet $1 on any tournament game, and if your team wins, you'll win $100. It's that simple. Turning $1 into $100 is 100-1 odds. Pick any college basketball team that's still in the hunt for your shot at winning $100, and all it takes is a $1 bet and that team winning their next game. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FANATIC when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 if the college basketball team of your choosing pulls off the win. And look out for the odds boost they have daily as well. That's code FANATIC for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yes, I'm a seasoned broadcaster, but I've also got a fine head of hair.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Reminder, starting Monday, 8, 10, noon, 2, 4, 6, and 8. 7 times a day, your chance to win $500 fast. In the Fanatic 500 cash contest, that comes up from the Parks Casino Sportsbook app, the official sportsbook partner of the Real Philly Fan. You got to be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, which is absolutely awesome. Your chance to win $500. I
could use that.
Which is good. A gentleman asks me here, and he says, just one question. He goes, if the Phillies came out yesterday and explained it exactly as Bob pointed out, he's saying to me, said why they chose to send Odubel down and they didn't want to have him here for PR purposes. Again, then that's my issue. That's 100% my issue. Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Don't tell me you put the best roster together. And that was the point of the entire conversation. Exactly.
Yeah.
If Dave Dombrowski or whoever came out and said, we're not comfortable having him here, we don't want him representing it in Philadelphia, we choose to not do that right now, then the conversation's over. They were honest.
Yeah. When you're not honest, I was just texting with one of my friends. When you're not honest, it says to me you don't believe in what your decision is, or you're hiding something. Now, what is the ramification? They can cut Odubel Herrera, but still have to pay him. Am I correct on that?
Correct. They had to give him the opportunity.
Yes.
You could hide it under a baseball decision at that point because his play is not great.
And he's getting paid $10 million this season.
And he's getting paid $10 million.
Yeah, so you pay him to go away.
Are they begging right now for someone to just say we'll take him on?
Yeah, but who's going to?
Not at that money.
Who's not at that money? No,
who's not that money? And who's going to grab a center fielder that looks like he's a 220 hitter and has some talent but a 10-cent head?
Correct. And the 10-cent head is the scariest part.
And I'm talking on the field.
No, but that isn't. No, I mean that's a 10.
Yeah.
And 10-cent head on the field, arguably horrendous base runner, horrendous base running decisions.
Yeah,
constantly.
Not a smart player, but
the fact that you're using a roster spot on Roman Quinn is an absolute joke.
It's not good.
And to say that they won the job is a bigger joke. Adam Hazley, I want Adam Hazley to get minimum 400 at bats this year because I want Pat and I to be able to have that discussion. In all honesty,
Yeah,
does he come around?
When you invest a top 10 pick in a guy, you should give him his opportunities.
I don't want to see Adam Hazley being situationally played as much either.
No, that's dumb. I think he deserves to start, at least for the first 2 months of the season, at least four games a week, if not 5.
It's my biggest pet peeve with baseball now is the kid gloves that they treat these guys with. It used to be you just bring up a guy, sink or swim. He can hit righties, he can hit lefties. It doesn't matter. Now it's like, oh, no. He's a left-handed bat, so we can't bat him against lefties. It's ridiculous. This organization treats these guys with kid gloves.
I think one of the reasons also they didn't come out and say Hazley's our guy in center field, and we're going to ride him, because they just sent a guy to the minors, and they never did that for him. They never said, here's second base, we're just going to ride you, even after they gave him a big contract.
Amen.
Long contract. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is where the messages get a little shaky.
By the way, today's John Kincade Show Takeover is brought to you by Natural Lawn of America. 800 free seed, greener grass, and fewer weeds guaranteed. Here's an interesting comment, too, from some of our listeners saying, how many people who are screaming from the rooftops that Odubel Herrera should not be a Philadelphia Philly would love to have Deshaun Watson as their quarterback?
TBD on that one.
I'm not rushing out the game.
I would say
details are still murky, but it's trending in a bad way for Deshaun.
It's trending in a real bad way.
It's trending in a really bad way.
In fact, now when one of the ladies who chose to not even be in the lawsuit.
Yeah, Jenny Vrentis wrote a nice story yesterday.
Really well done.
Yeah, I read it yesterday, and I was kind of like, ugh.
And she chose to not be involved in the attempted cash grab or otherwise.
Yeah, she's not in the civil suits.
And she was able to produce where she flat out said to Deshaun Watson when he called her for a follow-up and DM'd her for a follow-up, she said, remember, this is just for a massage and you have to behave yourself.
Yeah, it was, he sounds, if all of this is true, he sounds like an absolute creep. And I would never have guessed that.
Trade for Deshaun Watson.
I would have never have guessed that because he's a guy,
I would never have guessed it either.
That has, he grew up in one of the Warwick Dunn houses with a single mother, fought his way. He's had a great head on his shoulders.
When I tell
surprising.
You, that young man had a stellar reputation.
Yeah.
I knew of his name from 10th grade. I mean, he was that talked about. As was Trevor Lawrence, as was Justin Fields. The Southerners care about their high school football from when guys are like in 9th and 10th grade. You start hearing their name. And Deshaun Watson had such a stellar reputation. This is Cosby-esque right now.
Yeah,
the kind of
you brought that up earlier.
Without the drugging.
Yeah, which is
But it appears that now, too.
I would say Bill's a little more intense.
And deleting of, and by the way, I'll raise my hand, and maybe it's Temple bias. I think I got Temple on today. Thanks, Temple. I absolutely was one of the people saying, I don't believe any of this on Bill Cosby. I was one of the people saying, I don't believe this. Okay, so all of a sudden, all these stories are coming out, and then the more and more came along. I said, what an idiot.
Well, when one person barges through the door to open it, then others feel empowered that have suffered and, felt like they couldn't come out about it. It takes one. And if there's more, a lot of times they're encouraged by the first, and then they all come out.
And Mike's saying a bunch of lawsuits. He says a bunch of lawsuits. Have any charges been pressed yet?
It's interesting that
it's a civil
It's
case.
civil because it spans
And
several
more importantly-
states.
And also, it's a civil case.
But I'm
correct.
surprised Houston, because there's a lot of ties there, hasn't opened a looks into.
Stay tuned.
And I think that could be coming.
I think he will. If he's smart, and the most legal minds are saying settle quickly.
Apparently, that's where he's gearing towards.
Well, he's picked an attorney that is, and it's so funny as they talk about the seedy attorney that he hired, that was hired for the women, representing the women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who came out and made a stupid statement to begin all this, but yeah,
terrible. Go check out Rusty Hardin. Is all I'm going to say to you.
Who?
Rusty Hardin is his attorney. Rusty Hardin.
You call him Rusty?
His name is Rusty Hardin. Is the attorney. His attorney is named Rusty Hardin.
What a name!
That's his name, Rusty Hardin.
I'm taking this all in.
But go research Rusty Hardin before you're like, oh, these women, they're represented by this seedy attorney. He's shaky. Oh man, this guy's a crook. Go read about Rusty Hardin.
Is he like Saul Goodman?
Let's just say you'd want if you were charged with murder, you'd want to have Rusty Hardin defend you, even if you were really in trouble for it.
His third byline of his Wikipedia page was the Enron scandal.
Yes.
Rusty's 79 already.
And he's
represented such athletes as Rudy Tomjanovich, Warren Moon, Wade Boggs, Rafer Alston, Scottie Pippen, Steve Francis, Calvin Murphy, and Roger Clemens.
What was Rudy Tomjanovich's thing?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Hey, what's for dinner, you ask? At Wawa, they've got the answer. No matter what you're craving, every day starting at 4 p.m., Wawa dinner sounds awful good to me.
Didn't he almost die? Rudy,
Dude.
from that punch?
Did he?
They had to totally restructure his face.
Yeah, like that was a cheap shot.
It's weird. Kermit Washington, who did it, was a roommate of a guy that I'm friends with that I played basketball with he's older than me.
And hasn't he been shunned?
And he said he is the greatest guy in the world. Like,
Really?
it was an incident where he turned around, he saw somebody coming, and he thought he was protecting and, whatever.
Oh, man.
If you see the video, it's pretty bang bang.
Yeah,
He just turns around and boom.
Oh, man.
Boom.
Rusty Hardin also represented Anna Nicole Smith.
Correct.
What do you say, Rust?
Correct. Dom's on the line. We know Tasty Cake Dom. What's going on, brother?
Hey, John, how are you?
Good, man. What's going on?
We're listening to your show in the store. I'm listening to the show with 5 bread guys.
Oh, I like that.
We universally have voted Odubel Herrera the worst base runner in the entire National League.
I think he just ran through a signal again. Yes, he was a terrible base runner.
Horrifically bad. So my friend Joe wanted me to ask you a question. Game 7 against the Albuquerque Braves, with 2 outs and a guy on second, who do you want on the roster, Odubel Herrera or Roman Quinn?
Yes, if I thought the Phillies had a roster that would have them in Game 7 of the World Series, I would absolutely agree with them. You tell that bread man, I'd agree with him. The Phillies aren't close to having a roster good enough.
Pretty situational, isn't it?
The Dodgers could have a situational player. Phillies roster isn't good enough to have one. Just not good enough to have one right now.
Agree.
And that's where they're at. I mean, that's I would be bottom line to me at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, bottom line.
That's a luxury item.
If you had in your head that Adam Hazley you're going to give a shot to, fine. If you didn't and you were letting these 3 try to play it out, then you were negligent in not trying to go get maybe a veteran center fielder to plug and play for a little bit.
By the way, I'm being set up this morning.
I blame Jamie.
My wife has conceded on, okay, then we can take the sprinkler system out of the budget. It's a trap.
That's because she wants something.
It's a trap. No, it's a trap. It's too easy.
Yeah.
It's too
I don't
easy.
trust it.
It's too easy. I don't trust it.
And she
either.
knows she's coming up here this weekend, too, so.
I don't trust it.
Oh,
Bob.
she's setting some things up.
I don't trust it.
That's not to be trusted.
There's never been
That's a smell test.
been a decision like this where I've said, it seems like the listeners and social media and everything says you don't need a sprinkler system up here. And she conceded, okay, then. She says, okay, then.
Fishy.
I'm not trusting it.
I wouldn't either. We're on to you.
I'm not trusting it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, she's going to order something.
There's going to be
the smell test on that
I
doesn't
gotta tell you,
pass.
she's not a spender.
What do you think it'll be?
I don't know. But
'Cause
there's
I don't-
something. She's putting this one in her back pocket.
Are all of us, except for Jamie, going to be able to meet Christina this weekend?
I don't know. I don't know if we'll be.
I worry that in a couple months you're going to be sitting there screaming,
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
I have a feeling there's something up her sleeve.
Back to Rusty Hardin for a second.
Yes.
He's the guy that represented Robert Durst.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Did you see the Jinx?
Yes.
That was one of Teddy Beckerstead tweets in. That was one of the creepiest and best documentaries.
Absolutely creepy. And he represented Durst.
He gives me the willies just to even look at.
So when people say that, oh my gosh, these women, they have the creepiest attorney. He's a low-life scumbag. I'm like, would you check out who Deshaun Watson has as attorney?
Robert Durst. Oh, his name just gives me chills.
They're the creepiest dude.
There was a movie based on that whole thing with Ryan Gosling.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Gosling was Durst?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He's way too handsome to be Durst.
It's based on the case.
Okay.
Sean, I flip over to the YouTube comments, and Sean says she's definitely going to drop the. Remember, I didn't put in the sprinklers.
Yeah, totally. That's in her back pocket. That's a trump
That's
card.
Good point. We should have a calendar bet on we circle a date
when it comes back.
That comes up.
Or remember, you won the one where that is.
Yeah.
Oh man. What about, Bob, you enjoyed hearing Alain Vigneault call out Carter Hart. I give it a standing ovation because the fanboys have done everything in the world to just not acknowledge that a lot of this is on him.
Well, I don't want to say I enjoyed it because I don't enjoy a 22-year-old getting called out. I don't care. Whatever.
Correct.
It was probably the fact that he came out and said that. Now, look, you have, for lack of a better word, a protege in Carter Hart that everybody believed, like you said, John. I don't know if we ordained him or whatever, but everybody thought was the goalie of the future.
Anointed?
Anointed. What'd I say?
Ordained?
I was thinking of my sister.
How about
so he comes out. Alain Vigneault doesn't come out yesterday and say he needs to play better. He doesn't come out and say, yeah, he's got to turn a corner. No, he comes out and says his work ethic sucks.
Yeah, that's shocking.
He says he's not practicing hard. He says he needs to learn how to play harder and better. He said, as damning of a thing as you can say to an athlete, as an athlete saying that a coach has lost the room. To me, that's how damning it was that he came out and said that. And you're right. I don't like to hear it, but I do applaud AV for doing it.
I absolutely, to me, it tells me so much about Alain Vigneault.
Yeah, he's putting on his big boy pants.
And he's saying, I'm going to hold players accountable.
Yeah.
And this kid doesn't get a pass. It's ridiculous.
He did it last year with Voracek,
with the older guys,
and Hayes and Van Riemsdyk, and it worked. So I think part of it is him knowing who he can push and who he can as a veteran coach. Let's hope it means that he feels he can push Carter Hart and it'll be received well.
Can I ask you this, though? Do you believe that Alain Vigneault has already delivered this message privately multiple times?
Yes.
So do I. Do you believe that's why we've got Carter Hart, mopey Carter Hart? I can't figure it out. I don't know what's going on. I'm firing my psychologist.
I don't know.
Do you think that AV got up in his feelings and now he's going to be sulky boy and maybe he's going to ask to go to the Indianapolis Colts? Or I'm just saying, for instance, could that be?
I think it's the Indianapolis Racers, John.
The first time. It is the Racers. Very good, Pat.
I'm all over it.
Is that a real hockey team?
He's a champion.
So the very first time that Carter Hart is not being the golden boy, he sulks.
Yeah.
And he gets in his feelings.
And
he gets slump-shouldered. And he gets glazed over, Bob.
You know, there's different generations and how they handle things. And the old guy generation, you rub dirt on it and it, filters down. So we did see something with Carson Wentz where the guy was always the starter, always the best, never got to be, all that stuff. And then when controversy came, apparently he couldn't handle it all that well. And now you have a Carter Hart where the situation, if you do their backgrounds, kind of the same. Always a winner, projected to be this and all that. Now controversy has arisen, and it looks like he can't handle it. I'm not saying it's a generational thing that all these 20-year-olds don't know how to handle it, but we've seen two instances now where AV has decided to handle it in a way where kid gloves aren't an option. And Doug Peterson, rightfully or wrongly, Howie Roseman, however Carson Wentz was handled, didn't work. I think the AV approach has a better chance of working because you do put the total onus on the kid now.
Pat, I do believe Carter Hart can get this worked out.
Yeah, I
think
do
this
too.
can be
He's extremely young, but here's what really worries me is they have such a young core, and that's one of the reasons why people were expecting them to do big things this year after the way they ended last season. You expected that core to develop. The only guy to develop this season is Joel Farabee, and everybody else has either stayed stagnant or taken a giant step back. It kind of reminds me of the Sixers last year, and that I don't know if that's culture, I don't know if that's coaching or what, but that's troublesome when you have a goalie that you've been hyped up as this guy's unflappable, and now your question is work ethic?
Yeah, and when you look at Wentz and Hart now, and even Kingery you can put in there as these guys we thought were going to be something. And look, I still very much think Carter Hart will be something. This is all internal pressure.
You think you're signing blood today that you think he's going to be something? Like he's going to be
I don't know
upper echelon?
I'm a little shook of where I once thought he'd be, but I still think he'll be a quality goaltender.
I'll ask you this. You're a hockey guy.
I think Carson Hart has a real bright future.
To my point real quick, it's all internal pressure with the three of them, because if Carson thought it was bad this year, there was nobody in the stands, bro.
Oh, my gosh.
And Carter Hart, same thing. Like, this is all in between their ears, so they have to figure it out.
It's so soft.
Because, if Carson Wentz thinks he got it bad in Philadelphia, oh
my gosh.
he's mistaken.
Do you think Carter Hart's problems are more mental than physical?
Yes.
What's easier to fix, John, for a hockey goalie? You've been around hockey goalies all your life.
Physical.
You've seen it all. Physical's easier to fix.
Yes.
That's concerning.
You agree or disagree?
Oh, 1,000%.
Physical, you can get a great goalie coach, or you can get somebody into your approach. You can get somebody in there and just say, what am I doing wrong? And just situationally, I never coached. I always had a coach for my goalies because I would be impatient with goalies.
Yeah.
And I can watch Carter Hart and say, why is your damn shoulder underneath the crossbar?
Right.
Why are you backed into your net so far? Why are you in the blue paint? You're in the blue paint so deep. Like, why are you doing that? You're screwing up your angles. And then I'd be games where I'd say to you, Bob, look at him tonight.
Yeah.
He's standing square shouldered. He's out on the edge. He's aggressive. And then the next game, he's backed into his net again.
Well, that was the thing last year. His angles and his positioning
he was so technically
elite.
sound last
Yeah, he
year.
never got shook.
And it makes you question, what is it? Is it him? Is it him buying to his own hype, kind of like Shane Gostisbehere did? Is it coaching? Is it, they got lenient with him? Like, what was it?
Why would a player stop practicing hard?
Because he thinks he doesn't
thought they arrived.
Exactly.
Allen Iverson.
Yeah, but Iverson was different because you never
I don't think
questioned
Iverson ever practiced.
By the way,
but you never questioned what he gave you on the court.
By the way, as Marty points out here, though, he goes, yes, and he goes, about anointed, John, every single Flyers writer, no one should get amnesia. Every single Flyers writer wrote a piece last year, one time or another, saying the Flyers had their goaltender of the future and that they had finally fixed the position.
Below
he said,
2.5 goals
He said
against.
He said you are not imagining that. He said, now Hall of Fame, you're being a little hyperbolic.
So do you think he can figure it out? Because I do believe he can figure it out.
I think he can figure it out to be
You don't think he can be a top 10 goalie in the NHL?
I do. No.
Okay.
I absolutely do. I think I saw it last year. He can be.
Okay.
But the thing is, you got to prove that over time, and you got to deal with adversity. And so I love the fact that I love what AV did yesterday.
Yeah, it was a piece of humble pie.
Natural Lawn of America, safer for your lawn, kids, and pets. You can schedule their full-service program, Jamie, and get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Natural Lawn of America with greener grass and fewer weeds guaranteed.
Natural Lawn, what's up?
Kevin in South Jersey. Kevin, what's going on? You got like 30 seconds.
What's going on, guys? No, I just wanted to make a quick point about AV. Wherever he's been as a coach, he's always had established goaltending. In Vancouver, he had Luongo, and in New York, he had Hank. So this might be a whole new vibe for him, and he's just trying to figure it out as it goes.
I like it, though, right? I mean, you're a fan of it, Kev?
Yep. Yeah, I'm a fan of the way he's going about it. I mean, you got to call out the guy when he's not playing well. It makes sense.
I will not accept the one thing is if a guy's not playing well, or let's say a guy wasn't doing well at work and he's not working hard.
You can just say my name.
Pat Egan.
Yeah.
No, Pat works his ass. I'll tell you this, Pat works his ass off. And I'm
He
proud
still
of him.
has a little left.
I'm proud of him. I mean, but to me, it's the idea is if you're not performing well at work and you're the last guy in and first guy to leave, like that's
it's
unacceptable.
not a good look.
It's unacceptable.
It's not a good look.
No, it's unacceptable. You got to work on it. You got to work on that, though. But I truly do believe. Look, I'm not writing.
No,
off.
I didn't think you were, but I was curious how shook you got this year.
Well, look,
I'm not writing off Carter Wentz. I mean, excuse me, Carson Hart. I'm not.
It's Carter Kingery.
Carter Kingery. I'm not.
Wow. So
with
with
writing any
with
of them
Carter
off.
Hart. Keep in mind, he's only 22, and a lot of goaltenders aren't even up at this level.
Yeah, exactly.
At 22.
There is.
He'll be all right.
All right, we got a lot coming up for you in the final hour of the show. With the 12th pick, the Eagles select. Hope we have envelopes. That's where we're going next. John Kincade Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. You've got your Parks Casino Sportsbook app yet? Wait a minute. How many times have you heard me tell you that you need to download the Parks Casino Sportsbook app? How many times have I asked you to go to parkscasino.com/PA and get that risk-free bet of up to $500? How many times have I told you that watching the tournament is just a hell of a lot better when you got a little stake in the game? You want to be responsible, but you also want to cash in. If you love fantasy sports, you will love the in-game wagering feature. I don't think anyone does it better than the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. I want you in today with a risk-free bet of up to $500 for new customers and even a $50 free bet where you don't even have to make a deposit if you're a new customer. You're going to love the Parks Casino Sportsbook app with so many different ways to wager. And remember, you got NBA and NHL and Major League Baseball starting on Thursday. Get in on some of those baseball future bets, too. It's the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Say it. I'll say it. Loser, putz, dork, doof, dink, schmo, dingus, goober.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Win $500 7 times a day. Fast.
97.5 The Fanatic presents The Fanatic 500.
Start your engine!
Starting Monday, listen at 8, 10, noon, 2, 4, 6, and 8 for your chance to win $500 fast.
The Fanatic 500, your fastest way to win $500.
Your chance to win starts Monday.
The Fanatic 500 from the Parks Casino Sportsbook app, the official sportsbook partner of the Real Philly Fan. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hey, it's cause springtime. The right time to get the team at LaBruciana Roofing out to your house and finally replace that leaky roof that's been battered by snow and ice and wind. But don't trust any company that does roofs. Trust Anthony and the true roofing experts at LaBruciana Roofing.
Anthony!
The only roofing expert I trust. Anthony LaBruciano, his team at LaBruciana Roofing, one of the few roofers in Montgomery, Chester, and Delaware counties that has earned the prestigious honor of Certainteed 5-Star Select Shingle Master. That means the best warranty in the business. 50 years for the manufacturer, 25 years on the expert workmanship. LaBruciana Roofing has repaired or replaced just about every kind of roof out there. Call them now to schedule an in-person on-site estimate and check out their hundreds of 5-star Google reviews. LaBruciana Roofing experts will explain your options and give you the peace of mind that you're dealing with the best. Call 610-265-ROOF. That's 610-265-ROOF or PARoofPros.com. That's PARoofPros.com. LaBruciana Roofing, the Shingle Master.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-489-6985. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-489-6985 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-489-6985 to see if you qualify. That's 800-489-6985.
O'Reilly. Trust the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to recommend the best products for your car. Like 5 quarts of O'Reilly full synthetic motor oil and a MicroGuard filter, just $26.99. Extend the life of your vehicle and improve performance with a synthetic oil change. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend it. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune in to Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Here's the good news. Even with high unemployment, there's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today at mycomputercareer.edu. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
You ever lie awake at night, can't sleep, not wanting to see what time it is because that's just going to keep you up? Tonight, try ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night. Unlike other sleep aids, our extended release melatonin helps you fall asleep naturally and then slowly releases so you stay asleep longer through the night. It's non-habit forming with no next day grogginess. ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night so you can fall asleep and stay asleep. Available at retailers near you.
Sugar House Online Casino is your destination for safe and secure online gaming. Play many of your favorite games from the casino right on your phone or computer. Want to play roulette or blackjack with a live dealer? Sugar House has that. Maybe you like to take your shot at big progressive jackpots. Sugar House has that too. In all, Sugar House has more than 200 slots and table games to play wherever you are. Go to playsugarhouse.com and have some fun today. Presented by Rivers Casino Philadelphia. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Amazon is hiring near you, looking for team members who know that their work is important and that every package matters. Find a job that fits your life with competitive wages, reliable hours, and benefits. Let's work together, from boxing it up to sending it on its way. Every step offers a different role and schedule. So, are you ready to work together in your community? Visit Amazon.com/apply to see what's available. That's Amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
I know this, when you are driving on the roads of Philadelphia, there are potholes everywhere. You know, you might want to get them fixed, but with AAA, you got somebody riding shotgun with you that's going to protect you. Because if you have problems on the roadways, you got 24/7 service and 24/7 peace of mind right there along with you. And the Flyers in AAA want to give you a great deal. How about 50% off your membership? Sounds like a great deal to me. For new members only and other restrictions apply. You can see the website for details. You get 50% off your membership at AAA.com/Flyers. AAA.com/Flyers. If you have a teenage driver, like I do, I want to know that if she ends up on the side of the road, that there is somebody coming to help. And Dad might not be able to be there because he's 700 some miles north. So get AAA to ride along with your teenager. And at 50% off, there's no excuses. Go to AAA.com/Flyers to take advantage of this amazing deal. And look at their car care centers all over the Delaware Valley, too. Go to AAA.com/Flyers. Take advantage of it. Tell them John Kincade sent you.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
No, your radio's not broken. We sound like this on purpose.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Pat Egan's just showing off now.
When you're not talented, it's easy.
That's 13 for 13 to start the week. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Our 9 o'clock hour is brought to you by the Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to Bagster.com. It's funny. Anthony sends a text because Cuz Radio starts at 10 o'clock today. Hey, dude, what did you say at 8 o'clock? People are tagging me. I said the Phillies lied to us, and the Phillies didn't put their best 26-man roster out there. And the same type of people that would tell you that they
I can hear somebody yelling out there. It might be Anthony.
It might be.
No, it was actually me. I was yelling because Andrew's back.
Oh, there we go. The same people who would tell you today that they think Odubel Herrera should never play here, everything, would be the same people saying, I wonder if Howie could go get Deshaun Watson. So it's just situational. if you're going to be a moralist in every situation. Don't have a moral code that is flexible depending on the athletic ability of who you're being flexible for. So, as we begin this hour of the show, let's have a little fun. We had to tear up envelopes yesterday because Howie Roseman decided to tear our hearts out. And he did not want to see us get Jamar Chase jerseys that we would have hallowed for greater than a decade, Jimmy.
I'm happy to take responsibility for all of that.
I mean, I think Jamar Chase is going to be a Hall of Famer.
That's unbelievable.
That's how much I think of him.
Well, it's time to think about the 12th pick in the draft. We went through the process of evaluation of the 6th pick before, and we sealed our picks into envelopes, and we had to rip them up. So today we're 30 days away from the first-round pick being made. So we're going to try it again.
That's nice.
Everyone is going to place a name in the envelope and seal them away until the day after the draft. I'll say this for what the Eagles did. They finished last in their division this year, and in that year, they allowed 2 teams in their division to jump them in the premium picks line. They're now going to sit and watch the Cowboys and Giants select players directly in front of them in the first round. It makes no damn sense at all. It's going to be excruciating to watch your arch rivals getting the pick of the litter before you pick at 12. No matter what happens, I guarantee you Howie Roseman's going to come out and tell us, oh, yeah, the guy who was the highest on our draft board, that's the guy we got at 12. That's a bunch of bullsheesh. You know it, and I know it. So it's time for us to put our 12 picks in the bag. That is where we begin the 9 o'clock hour with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, in absentia, the coach, Eric Camille, and Connor, and Mike directing the TV. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Do you feel prepared for 12? How much harder is it for 12? It's much harder to do 12.
Yeah, because
variables it's all over the map.
It is, and the Eagles need everything.
Exactly.
So you need
Which might
absolutely
actually
everything.
go to their advantage picking at 12.
You think it goes to their advantage? What do you mean?
Meaning that they need so much that you might actually get a best player available at their position group. Because if you figure 5 of the first 12 picks are quarterbacks, that means there's 7 guys or 7 spots remain. You're likely, if you want, like, say Rashawn Slater is there and he's projected as the best guard.
I haven't liked him since Saved by the Bell.
Or, J.C. Horn, they have as their second-rated cornerback behind Surtain. Like, you're going to get somebody that's near the top of their position group still.
Okay, here's
because of so many holes.
That you're trying to talk yourself.
No, I'm not trying to talk.
But here's the problem.
But because you have so many holes, it's easier to get the best available of something.
Like, let's say you got the second best corner. Okay?
Yeah, Surtain's likely gone.
Okay. Who took Surtain?
Probably the Cowboys at number 10.
Mm-hmm. So if you're trying to do this, it's depressing. It's absolutely depressing.
But you need a linebacker, you need a safety, you need a cornerback.
The Giants you said like this, we finished last in the division. We have a crappy roster. But you know what we're going to do? Oh, no. Dallas Cowboys, come up here. Come on. Cut the line. You're going to pick in front of Giants, get up here, Giants. No, you go in front of us.
Well, I don't know what their thinking is, but both those teams are likely going defense, I would think.
Shouldn't the Eagles be going defense?
Well, if the Eagles know that they're going to take let's say Jalen Waddle is the guy they think Giants and Cowboys are both going to go defense most likely unless they're insane. So maybe because there's no way Howie makes that trade without considering what Dallas and New York are going to do.
You really believe that?
I mean, he shouldn't be.
I can't believe
he shouldn't have that job if he's not.
I can't believe you spoke that into existence.
But I mean, Dallas was on pace last year for a historically bad defense. The Giants have Sterling Shepard. They have Evan Ingram.
The Eagles defense.
They just signed Kenny Golladay. So most likely, if wide receiver is what you want, those teams aren't taking them.
The Eagles defense is horrendous at 3 levels.
Oh, I agree.
So I mean.
Don't stop at defense, by the way.
I don't want to see the Eagles sitting there at 12. It's going to be, in fact, I want to have a webcam on Jamie Lynch when it says, on the clock now, It's the Dallas Cowboys at 10, or it's the New York Giants at 10. Dallas and Giants. Dallas goes first, then Giants.
But if
10-11.
Yeah, 10-11.
You are good. I want a webcam on Jamie.
Sure, I'll sit on the hot seat.
You're going to be sitting there like this. You're going to be squirming going, is Dallas taking the guy we want?
But honestly, if Howie didn't consider what Dallas and New York are going to do at 10 and 11, then he should be fired before the draft even happened.
Do we agree Howie should already have been fired?
Yes.
Well, when we
then why are we assuming he's doing the right things now?
Because I have to give him some credit.
Why? Because you want to?
His problem is in the talent evaluation, not the mindset of a GM.
I think his draft night is horrendous. His draft moves are horrendous.
I don't think his moves are horrendous. His selections are horrendous. There's a difference. The philosophy of what he's doing isn't wrong. It's the players he's choosing that are wrong.
Yeah, he picks the right positions.
It's not a bad idea, as we talked about.
Half the battle.
Moving back and collecting picks, whatever. But to your point, Jamie, you're talking about he probably has to have an eye on the Giants and the Cowboys. I just go back to us talking to Daryl Morey last week. And I asked him the same question. When you're getting guys, are you looking at other teams in your division for a matchup type of thing or whatever? And he said no. Now, look,
but they're such
avenues.
different animals.
Yeah, they are. But I wonder. I wonder if you go into GM 101 and you say you worry about your team and nobody else's.
Seal them up, boys.
It's sealed.
Seal up your
done.
pick.
If he's not
seal up your pick. Don't talk about it.
Look at you.
No, but if he
after the
isn't
draft?
considering what Dallas and New York is going to take right before he picks.
What I don't get is that the problem.
Because I don't believe he can be that dumb. I don't. He's not
Pat.
I believe
Pat,
that.
do you believe he can be that dumb?
Oh, absolutely.
Especially
I've
on
seen
something surrounding the draft.
Yeah.
He can be that dumb.
Oh,
I
he
don't.
really
That's
can.
that's such a low bar of intelligence.
Jeffrey Lurie made the pick. Jeffrey Lurie made the draft pick of J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. He wanted him. Of Jalen Reagor. He wanted him. So yes, when you are letting your owner,
but again, that's different than.
But Jamie, he's letting the owner do that, so we have to assume that Howie can be that dumb because he let the owner make picks.
That's not dumb. Like
yes,
if the owner it's get fired or let the owner have a say.
Well, but you're that dumb because you know.
But
that's
I don't
not
think
the
that's
way to make
intelligent.
Picks. Yes, it's
I don't think
stupid.
that's an intelligence issue.
You're a general
trading
manager.
back to 12. You have to consider what teams 7 through 11 are doing, or you literally shouldn't even be in the sports world. Go work at an AMC or something.
Bob, we know that there's enough guys who cover this team on a daily basis who've told us that Jeffrey Lurie pretty much made the last 2 first-round draft picks.
Yes.
To me, that's flat out stupid on your general manager. That's stupid.
Well, I think you have to define them differently. I don't know
it's
if
a
it's
weird
stupidity.
Hold on. That's stupid.
Jamie, but you don't have a call. You have to be stupid at that point. If your boss is telling you this is what we're doing, I'm not going to be, all right, wait, I got to be smart here. You do not make this choice. That's stupid because you're firing yourself. You know,
essentially, yes.
Yeah, so the moving back part on its whole, saying, I just want to get more draft picks, is probably a good move in where the Eagles are right now. We can argue that because I'd rather have 6 also. But I don't know if a GM just says, "Oh, I'm not doing it because I know what the other teams are doing." To your point, James, he might just be doing it saying, "Look, I'm just doing it for the Philadelphia Eagles who need more draft picks."
But you have to consider
you would think that he does, but I don't know.
You have to give him that benefit of the doubt, don't you?
He doesn't put enough thought. It appears, and I'm not going to use dumb, but it appears he doesn't put enough thought into who they're taking for their team. So why the hell would he be studying other teams and who they're going to take?
Because you have to know generally, are they going offense or defense?
I don't think he's got a read. I don't think he has any read at all.
He has to.
Why
he could have a read
because he has a good GM mind. He just can't select talent in the draft.
Not on draft night, he does not.
There's a difference in selection of player and philosophy behind the draft. His philosophy here is accurate. If he moved back to 12 and wasn't considering the needs of Dallas and New York Giants, then he literally should be fired to the moon and should never sniff a football again.
Do you believe, and I asked you before we started this conversation, and now I'll round back and ask you a second time, do you believe Howie Roseman should already have been fired?
Yes.
So then you just made your own point.
No, they're different.
No, we all agree.
He should be fired because he can't select
players. He should already have been fired. He's incompetent.
Yeah, but they're different things.
No, he's incompetent
They're
at the
different
job.
things.
He shouldn't be in the job at all.
I don't disagree, but he's not like the worst GM ever.
I didn't say that he's the worst. See, you're making another argument.
I'm not.
He should be fired.
He can't select players in the draft. He gets good value in trades.
Jamie, we're going around and around.
He signs good free agents.
Jamie, do we believe he should not be in the job right now?
Yeah, but that doesn't equate that he's dumb.
Jamie, seriously.
No, it's a nonsensical thing.
No, it isn't.
They're two different things.
Do you believe he should already have been fired?
Yes, but that doesn't mean going to 12 is wrong.
No, that's it, though.
It's
trust.
not.
I don't trust the guy who's doing it. You keep arguing the same thing.
You're arguing something that doesn't even make sense to me.
Why?
Just because he previously should have been fired doesn't make the move to 12 nonsensical.
Because you're saying you trust him to handle it.
I'm giving him a very basic crumb of credit here that he would consider what Dallas and New York's needs are.
I can't give him anything. Can't give him anything, Bob.
Okay, here's the ruling here. I don't think that I think moving back to 12, my thought would be, I hope Howie Roseman's saying, I don't care what the other teams need. We need so much that we're getting picks so that we can get a plethora of players because that's how much we need. I understand what you're saying. I totally do. In this case, I don't think you can give a flip of what other teams are going to take because you need so much that was the reason you originally took it.
But he knows they're going defense. If they're not going defense, they're doing it wrong.
Hey, what's for dinner, you ask? At Wawa, they've got the answer. No matter what you're craving, every day starting at 4 p.m., Wawa dinner sounds good. And Draft gets a lot of interesting responses. There is nothing that will give Howie Roseman the benefit of the doubt with me.
I mean, that's such a low bar of credit.
He's never getting the benefit of the doubt.
I think that's a little unfair too.
No, he's never going to get the benefit of the doubt. I'm not giving his track record is written in it's written in stone.
His track record is he can't draft players.
And this is a draft issue. I don't trust him, so I don't want him to move from 6 to 12. That's not a prudent move.
But to say he wouldn't consider what the two teams as his division opponents,
he wouldn't. I don't know that he can do it effectively. I do know that I guarantee.
But I'm sitting here behind a microphone, and I know that they're going to take defensive players. You don't think he would even consider it?
I don't trust him to be able to decipher that because he's a guy who does all the research and lets people be employed to research it and then says, oh, the owner wants to make the pick? Okay.
You mean Dallas and New York when you say they? And I'm not piling on.
Because
I just looked, I hear you.
Where
but
would
I just
they draft
looked up,
offensively?
11, I just looked up a mock draft, and it has the Giants taking Devontae Smith at 11.
That would be stupid. They just signed Kenny Golladay. They have Evan Ingram. They have Sterling Shepard. Like, they have bigger needs.
All I'm saying is it would... your point is right. It would be stupid, but you just don't know. That's why I don't think you can judge the thing saying, well, they're going to do this, they're going to do this. That way we can go back
and
here.
letting people
when
ahead
you need
of you
so
much.
much.
It's so insanely stupid not to do that I can't get my head around it.
But do they understand what other people are doing? No, they don't understand what they're doing on draft night, so I don't assume that they understand what other people are doing on draft night.
But it's such a basic common sense thing.
It's not. I don't think they can decipher it. I think they can say, yes, we assume that Dallas and the Giants are going to draft defense ahead of us. Absolutely. Do I think they understand?
Okay, that's my only point.
Do I think they understand who they're going to take and the ramifications of moving behind them? No, I do not.
But that's my only point, is that they have to consider...
Everybody considers that.
Well, that's the point I've been making.
No, but the idea is you gave him the benefit of the doubt that
he made a common sense judgment, yes.
Common sense and him you can't put in the same sentence.
Now that's unfair, I think.
Okay. I can't look at his track record and say, you're going to judge that he has common sense. I'm going to judge that he doesn't. And guess what? If he's an NFL general manager that lets his owner make the picks and he stays in the job, then he's just a do-boy, and he's not and that shows no common sense. To let a movie maker do it, no common sense.
Do you agree that there's a difference between common sense and picking players?
Oh, absolutely. But I don't think he's got either. Track record of either.
That's unfair.
I saw in a bathroom stall one time that common sense is not common.
It is truth. Natural lawn of America is common. And you know what? They don't take a cookie-cutter approach. They're safer for your lawns, kids, and pets. Schedule their full-service program and get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. It's Natural Lawn of America. Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed.
I just had a buddy text me real quick and said, if there was common sense here, common sense would say, don't get a draft pick that's directly behind the Cowboys and the Giants.
Correct. The year you finish last in the division, you do not say, oh, Dallas, Dallas, go in front of us. We're the premium player line. We're in the premium line here. Dallas, go in front. Oh, wait, Giants, get in front of us.
But you believe in the Jimmy Johnson trade value chart, right?
Not when you are not with the Eagles. No, with Jimmy Johnson, yes, I do. Jimmy Johnson was brilliant on draft night.
But according to the trade value chart, that was unequivocally a win for the Eagles.
If you are a team that is passing, it does not. The trade chart does nothing, and Jimmy will tell you this. And we can get Jimmy on. We can get Jimmy. I don't know how early in the morning. Maybe able to get him on in the 9 o'clock hour. But Jimmy will tell you flat out. that trade chart doesn't matter if you're passing on generational talent. And he will tell you that if you're sitting there at 5, yes, I could trade this for all this value, but I'm also passing, if I'm passing on a potential Hall of Fame player, he would tell you there's not value in that. You don't do that.
Okay, but just from the basic chart value, it's good value for the Eagles.
Well, we both think, though, Jamar Chase is a generational player.
I feel it in my loins.
You know what's funny?
Plums.
Even though doing all this, Jamie, I think I'm speaking correctly. Jamie would rather have number 6 than number 12.
Yes.
That's
but I'm giving him a crumb of common sense credit.
I hear you.
I just don't
because it's
understand
so dumb. He can't be. He literally couldn't have gotten to be an NFL GM if he was that dumb.
You know how you get to be an NFL GM? When you were a do-boy and you are letting your owner make picks for you 2 years in a row and overrule your scouts.
I think this is a little unfair.
You're letting your...
I don't like Howie, and I think he should have been fired. But
okay, we both agree on that.
Yes.
And if you let the owner,
you're giving him no credit.
If you let the owner do your job for you and pick the players and overrule your scouts, you're doing it for just your own job preservation. I can't give you the benefit of the doubt.
Well, yeah, that's why I call him Littlefinger.
Because all you want to do is just keep your job. You don't want to do the job well. You just want to keep your job.
Well, that's more of an indictment on the owner than him.
No, the guy who lets that happen.
But it's it's the owner.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it's do I lose my job and stand my ground?
Do you give that guy the benefit of the doubt, though?
What am I going to tell the owner not to do it, though?
No.
I don't give Howie the benefit of the doubt.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't give him the benefit of the doubt.
But it's not stupid.
Oh, I think it is. Completely.
Look, if Chuck came in here and told me to do something, and I was like,
and then
no, and he says go.
Okay, guess
that's
what?
Stupid.
And then how about this? If Chuck came in here and told you to do something one year, and you came in and it did nothing for you, it in fact hurt you at work, would you keep doing it? That hurt you, or are you looking to
look for job security purposes?
Wow.
I mean, look, I would love to say no. I would love to say hell no. Why would I do that? Why would I do something that makes me look bad in public outcry and makes my organization look bad? Sure. But at the end of the day, he's my boss. And once I say, no, this hasn't worked, and he says, okay, you're not working either.
Would Howie Roseman be hired by any other team as an NFL GM?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, we've asked Adam Schefter that question a few times, and he said that Howie would have a job in 10 minutes.
I didn't say that, so I'll ask you again. Do you think he'd be hired as an NFL GM?
Yes.
Immediately?
Yeah.
If he's out of a job, he's hired as a GM?
Yeah, I mean, in sports retreads, yeah.
He does everything outside drafting pretty well. So if I'm an owner and I see that and I go, all right, Howie, here's your GM job. Guess what you're doing when it comes to draft time? You're listening to your freaking scouts or you don't have this job. Deal?
Well, I don't know if they do that. Because he's obviously not willing to do that now.
Well, wait
a minute.
I'm the owner making the demand. I'm not the GM making the demand.
But I guess it is. But I can't trust him to do the right thing.
He does everything outside of drafting pretty well.
Guess what? That's like saying, you know what? My kid drives the car really, really well, except when it comes to parking, and then they crash the car every time they park. You can't be a good driver if you can't park. It's like you can't just say the most simple thing. The first-round draft pick should be the easiest thing you do all year. First-round draft pick for a GM should be the easiest thing you do.
Especially number 6.
Because every single draft pick gets a little harder and a little more research. And he can't operate that.
He would get a job.
He can't operate.
The problem is he's listening to his scouts. He's listening to the owner who thinks he's a scout because he goes to the Senior Bowl and he goes to pro days. And the owner has now convinced himself that he is a scout. So when we say, listen to your scouts, the owner thinks he is.
So crazy. It's crazy where we're at.
Like, it's asinine when we sit here and go that the owner sat there in a war room and said, draft J.J. Arcega-Whiteside.
And again, though, by the way,
and no one talked him out of it.
There are organizations where the GM speaks up, where the GM says to the owner, get out.
Well, and after a Super Bowl, you should be able to.
Yes, get out. But you're not gonna be here while we're making these decisions. You can watch, but you're not telling us what to do.
I would love that. I would love that. That's your job as a GM. But as you said, he's a do-boy.
Yes.
According to
and also after Chip Kelly, I don't think Lurie's ready to
like Dave Dombrowski
do that.
Do you think Dave Dombrowski's being told what to do? No. He wouldn't take the job
because he came in with hand.
Because
you work for me, bitch.
Well, I don't think he said that.
How he rose the ranks. He didn't come in with hand like Dombrowski has.
Oh man, we have a lot coming up for you too, including the Eagles being ranked way too low, and it's going to drive Pat nuts. plus a philosophical question from Jamie Lynch. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. If you haven't downloaded the Parks Casino Sportsbook app, you are missing out. You're missing out on all the tournament hoops action. You're missing out on the excitement and the fun. And you're missing out on the in-game wagering. Plus, right now, you're missing out on a $500 risk-free bet. That's the great deal. The risk-free bet that can be refunded in site credit. So obviously you go on out there and you take your shot, you swing for the fences, and should you not get it right, you'll get a refund of your site credit. That's a pretty good deal too. How about a $50 free wager? That's not bad either, right? $50 free bet that you get too for new customers, and you don't even have to make a deposit. The Parks Casino Sportsbook app is fantastic. It is the best in-game wagering that I've seen, and it allows you to be able to flex your muscles, little expertise during the game. You want to be able to do that. Check out parkscasino.com/PA. Use promo code FANATIC. Get that risk-free bet. Check them on out. You're going to love the in-game wagering. Tell them John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show. Wow, getting drunk in the morning on 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Seth on a runner. It's in the air. It's good. Seth Curry with a teardrop.
Sixers Nuggets tonight at 9 on your home for 76ers basketball. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Sixers basketball is brought to you by Geico. Geico makes it easy to bundle home and car insurance. Get a quote at geico.com.
Hey, it's cause it's tax time that time of year again. And if you're self-employed, have several unfiled returns or tax debt, or need someone local that can work with local tax issues, then please know you don't have to deal with the IRS alone. Instead, call the pros at Strategic Tax Resolution. They succeed for their clients who, like you, may have delinquent tax returns, like their client Curtis, a small business owner who did not pay estimated tax payments and as a result owed $44,000. Well, Curtis hired Strategic Tax Resolution. Greg and the squad, they were able to settle Curtis's IRS tax bill for just $1,620. That's right. This is just one of the many successful outcomes thanks to the team at Strategic Tax Resolution. Don't go at it alone when you don't have to. Call for a free consultation with a licensed tax expert. Don't wait any longer. Get Greg and the team at Strategic Tax Resolution on your side. Call 484-915-3100. That's 484-915-3100 or search Strategic Tax Resolution.
Roadcon Inc., a leading heavy and highway contractor in the area, is now hiring. Roadcon Inc. has immediate openings for experienced heavy equipment operators, bridge carpenters, superintendents, foremen, and construction laborers to work in southeastern PA. If you have the experience needed and want to work for an award-winning contractor committed to providing long-term employment in a safe, productive, and positive environment, please visit roadcon.com. That's ROAD-CON.com. Roadcon Inc., Equal Opportunity Employer.
The thing about the Home and Auto Bundle from Progressive is that by now you've heard a lot of ads about the Home and Auto Bundle from Progressive. We don't even need the words the Home and Auto Bundle anymore to tell you that you could save big with the ring-tailed lemur from Progressive, or that every hot peach cobbler comes with round-the-clock service and protection. And that's the thing about the goat with magic powers. You've heard a lot of ads about the sushi in Vancouver. See how much you could save with the Home and Auto with the Shaman in the Jungle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's opponents on Man versus Train. At the crossing, we have Rick, a 175-pound frustrated man who's running late for work. And on the tracks, we have Bull, a million-pound freight train that takes a mile to stop. Let's see who comes out on top.
You can't beat a train, so don't try. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
Spring is on its way. Almost time to roll out the green carpet. Start planning now with innovative help from the Home Depot. Use our project calculators to figure how much grass seed you'll need, or just the right amount of mulch. Our online workshops and how-to videos will get you up to speed fast, from outdoor fire pits to planter projects. If you're ready to roll, so are we. Download our mobile app to get started. Bring on spring with help from the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game. And now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
With no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids.
Yep, even easier than that. And with our top-rated app, you can bank anytime, anywhere, making Capital One an even easier decision.
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
New consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. But even in, I'm going to say it, unprecedented times, don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig, with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks, and with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next. And bounce forward. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more.
You know, I think a lot of people are feeling that quarantine 15 right about now. I know I am. So Natalie and I just finished the juice cleanse with Squeeze.com.
I did a 3-day cleanse, Mike. Squeeze.com is the best juice cleanse on the market. With Squeeze.com, you get your juices, you can sleep better, and you get rid of that belly bloat.
Now, here's the best part. You order by 1 p.m., you'll receive same-day delivery by 9 p.m. So go to squeezed.com and join us on our juice journey and start that cleanse today.
Welcome to the show. Are you ready for a ride?
Welcome to the show, America. This is Ford Truck Month. Get the best deals of the year on the only trucks built Ford tough. Drive home the all-new, completely redesigned 2021 Ford F-150, the legendary Performer Ford Super Duty, or the adventure-ready Ford Ranger. Work or play, count on Ford trucks to get the job done. But hurry, Ford Truck Month is one show you don't want to miss.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on radio.com. Live.
Rally House. Shop every team in town. College and pro. Come on, it's time to go.
Gear up for the ballpark, Philly. Shop Rally House for the latest Philly styles, including the most popular Nike jerseys and the best selection of throwback gear.
Eagles, Sixers, Villanova, Penn State, Temple, Phillies, Flyers, don't be late. Rally House. Rally House. It's your city, it's your house. It's the Rally House.
Shop in-store and online at rallyhouse.com.
The best part of 2021, other than the start of the John Kincade Show, has been my experience on BetMGM. They're the king of sportsbooks, and I found out firsthand that they're the king of sportsbooks for a reason. College basketball is awesome right now, right? It's a tournament. And right now, if you place a $1 moneyline wager on any game and the team you bet on wins, you could win $100 in free bets. But there is a catch, though. There's always a catch, right? The catch is you have to use bonus code PATEGAN100 when you make your first bet to take advantage of this offer. So experience sports like never before and like I've done all year long. They've got their innovative parlay selection feature, their boosted odds specials. They have one for baseball right now that's pretty great, and so much more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com, and when you do, don't forget to use the bonus code PATEGAN100, all one word, and you'll win $100 if your college tournament moneyline wager is a winner. Bet with confidence in your favorite sports all year long at BetMGM. It's a new customer offer. It's paid in free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. You have to be 21 years or older. Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Don't forget they're in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Sorry, this is your life right now. Listening to me on the radio.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Pat Egan. That's a perfect 14 for 14 to start the week.
That's job security.
He's jinxing it.
That's job security.
No. That's great. It's our new record of 14. Our new record was 11.
So now it's all cake.
So now, seriously, now we're just adding on. We're just adding on at this point.
You're becoming
timing.
like the Brooklyn Nets. You're getting gluttonous.
It's getting me very excited, though. I got to tell you. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. We got a takeover today by Natural Lawn of America, and we thank them. 800 free seed. Jamie, have you called yet?
Maybe I slid in their DMs, John. Maybe not.
Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed. And Natural Lawn of America, I believe I got a contact from one of my clients over there. It's saying that if Jamie is willing to give Howie Roseman the benefit of the doubt, we have a great track record.
Oh.
So absolutely, you got to be able
I
to.
guarantee you Natural Lawn's track record is a lot better than Howie Roseman's.
You got to be able to do that. So this is going to be fun.
It's going to be a long 30 days to the draft, isn't it, John?
Here's
For me.
It's funny. Ryan on I checked during the break here. Ryan on YouTube says JK only uses his Philly phone case because his daughter made it for him. He's working for the Atlanta Braves as an undercover agent. The next big league cheating scandal. Astros who? We will have a guest, a former Philly and former Brave on Thursday morning.
Oh, nice.
What
do you say, Todd
Ron Gant?
I loved Ron Gant.
Todd Pratt wasn't a Brave, was he?
I think he was everywhere.
Did I miss that?
A Met Brave, and
I think he played for every NL East team.
Yeah, he did. You're right.
How about Mike Maddox?
Well,
did he go to Atlanta?
Another wrong brother.
Jeff Francoeur will join us on.
That was my next guess.
Did you say Frenchie?
Jeff will join us. Braves analyst will join us, and he is a huge fan of you people.
Oh, nice.
Not you two.
Oh,
Pat.
He's a huge fan of the Philly sports fans.
Oh,
But Ryan, I promise you this: he will belly laugh out loud that I am somehow considering that most Braves fans considered me the Antichrist for over 2 decades, saying, "How is that stinking Phillies fan allowed to be on our station?"
I'll take their farm system. Any day.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They know how to draft. They certainly know how to draft and develop talent. So Jamie, you brought up something. We're not going to do a linchpin with this, but you brought up something about you were looking at power rankings. And Pat, this really annoys the hell out of you.
I knew it would annoy pretty much everyone.
I'm all right. Power rankings are.
I mean,
just strange.
Look, if you want to put them out in August, sure. Yeah, once you see how people are performing in camp, talk to some GMs, some coaches around the league. If you want to put it out, then sure. If you want to put it out before free agency is even completed and before the draft, it's just stupid. But the ESPN power rankings came out yesterday. The way too early power rankings.
And what number are the Eagles at?
Let's start at the bottom. Okay. Number 32, Houston Texans, Deshaun Watson.
I'll buy that.
Number 31, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm not going to necessarily buy that.
I don't know if Trevor Lawrence can carry them to. We'll see. Number 30, the Detroit Lions. Number 29, the New York Jets. Number 28, the Denver Broncos. Number 27, the Cincinnati Bengals. And coming in at number 26, your Philadelphia Eagles.
I think the Jets could be better than them this year. I think that the Jacksonville Jaguars could be better than them this year.
Well, Wilson and Lawrence are better prospects for sure.
I don't know about Detroit. I think Detroit and them are sort of in the same type of mold.
If they had Kyle Pitts to Jared Goff, I mean, it's something. They lost Kenny Golladay, which is a big blow.
I'll take
see.
Kyle Pitts over Golladay any day of the week.
Yeah, if I'm Detroit, I'm taking Pitts. I'm not even thinking about it.
I'm going to stand. I'm George Costanza at that birthday party. I'm knocking over the old lady to get my card in. If that was going to happen.
You're like Minnesota when the Eagles took Jalen Reagor and they started laughing and said, we'll take Justin Jefferson right away. Thank you.
So the teams right around the Eagles, they have the Giants right ahead of them in 25th, the Bears at 24th, and Carolina at 23. So that's kind of the grouping of teams you're
I think
lumped
that
in
sounds
with.
fair.
Sounds fair, yeah. When I guessed, because I heard Anthony tease it, and then I didn't hear the follow through until a little later because Jeff McClain came on. In my head, I started guessing. All right, where does ESPN have them in this absurd power ranking?
By the way, I would have guessed 20, but when you started the story, I would have guessed 24th.
I had 23 in my mind, so I wasn't too far off.
Yeah.
I would have guessed 24.
All fair.
Yeah, I mean, these numbers, they're also...
But Pat loves these. Like, every time
Pat,
this comes out, there's an alert
this really
set.
gets you.
I hate them so
He called me last night when it came out.
And again...
and I used to have to compile 3 different power rankings every single week, and it was the bane of my existence because I'm weird. My power rankings are this crazy thing called the standings. That's my power
hot
ranking.
take.
And I'm going to tell you that... and I said it before. I said it in my first month on the air here, and I'll say it again. I would take... Now, assuming... Trevor Lawrence. I'll take the Jacksonville Jaguars roster over the Eagles roster 10 times out of 10.
Warning, this is a hot take alert.
I'll take the Jags roster as long as we're just give me that they're, because we all know they're taking Trevor Lawrence. I will take the Jags roster over the Eagles roster right now and feel good about it.
I wouldn't.
Okay. We'll
Trevor
see
Lawrence changes things, that's for sure.
No, I mean, he counts. We'll watch and see how the team's trajectory is and where it goes. The Parks Casino Sportsbook app has the best in live game betting all tournament long. You got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. So Kelvin Sampson's back in the Final Four?
Yeah, how about that?
He's back in.
That Houston cover last night was a backbreaker.
And I'm sure he's not cheating or anything.
No.
Kelvin Sampson.
No.
I'm sure he's not.
They just got a kid from Kansas out of the blue.
I'm sure he's not doing anything under the table. Because, I mean, that's not... Oh,
No, he doesn't have that track record, John.
College basketball, man, is full of...
They all pretty much cheat. Look,
I got into an argument the other day that I had to defend Jay Wright in a series of tweets on social media. I had to defend Jay Wright when I was being told that every coach in college basketball cheats. And I said, bull, because the biggest names in college basketball have been caught. Some of the biggest names, Boeheim, Pitino, Calipari, have been caught cheating. Kelvin Sampson, cheaters.
It's the norm.
Guess what? Not every coach does it, though.
Not every.
And if you cheat in college basketball, you get caught.
I think every coach cheats.
I think to some degree, with the AAU pipeline and sneaker deals, I think everybody...
You can also be labeled a cheater, and I'll give you an example. You can be labeled. You can break a rule without not knowing it, which labels you cheating.
Yes.
Well, it's funny because I was running my own basketball camp, right? And I got in touch with some of the college coaches and said, hey, you mind coming and talking to the camp? Almost to a guy, I didn't reach out to many, but 3 or 4, almost to a guy, yeah, sure, no problem. And then one called back and said, yo, Bob, I got to ask, how old are these kids? And I said, it's mostly 8th graders going into freshman year because it was during the summer. Can't do it.
Really?
It's a violation.
Can't do that, really?
It's a violation. Now, if this one guy didn't think to ask, and I told him,
nobody's calling
and then
him a
I
cheater,
called,
though.
I know, but it's
okay. Roy
so
Williams.
if you get so if that leads to an investigation, and then that leads to,
but I get you.
You can always get caught.
But everybody would laugh at that.
Everybody would. But
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Roy Williams was getting people fake degrees.
Yeah, like that's a little
and
different.
Acted like Rick Pitino was bringing strippers and hookers in for high school juniors.
They
and
were
seniors.
single moms.
I didn't know that. John Calipari took 2 teams to the Final Four before Kentucky, and both of them had to take down the banner. Kelvin Sampson, well, let's just say Kelvin Sampson. I mean, college basketball is just riddled with it.
Yeah,
riddled with it.
It's an NCAA thing. They have to deal with it somehow.
It is unbelievable. Okay, Jamie, you had a philosophical question that I thought would be pretty funny today about wearing clothes in the linchpin.
Yeah, so
this is the linchpin.
In the linchpin.
My bad, Pat. I stepped on my own music.
Premature ejaculation. There you go.
So this was sent to me by John Brightcliffe. John is one of our Philadelphia's finest firefighters down at the Rescue 1 and Engine 29 on 4th and Girard.
That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
Great house. Love these guys.
Are they volunteers, too? I would think.
I would think some are, yeah.
That's excellent.
Yes, but John is a full-time firefighter, does yeoman's work. So he reached out to me on Sunday, and he said, we're having a debate at the firehouse today. And he said, I'm on this side of things. Where do you find yourself? So I thought I would, I love a firehouse or barber shop or coffee shop. Discussion, a little round table. How long is too long to wear championship gear? Now, John thought wearing the Eagles championship, Super Bowl champions T-shirt and hoodie has expired.
No.
I, for one, said I have a quarter zip champion.
That's not my thing.
You're
misrepresenting me.
No, John the firefighter. Not John the radio
I was
host.
say, okay,
no, that was John's opinion.
Oh, okay, good.
That it was too late. It had expired. The gear had expired. I said, no, I disagree, because when I put on that quarter zip that says Super Bowl champion, I get a sense of warmth. I get a happiness. And I know it's going on the 4th year now removed. It still makes me smile. And for that reason, I'll still wear it.
I think it's expired.
I don't have a piece of clothing.
So you're with John.
I think it's expired.
Warm.
I think it's expired, but I'm also the guy who doesn't do the Fugazi, which I just love out of Anthony and Mike. NL East champs. NFC East champs. That's BS. If you win a conference championship, if you play for the title, I say that's the gear you get that says NFC champions or Super Bowl champions, National League champions or World Series champions.
Well,
That's to me.
being the fashion plate that I am.
Yes, you are.
You really
yes.
are.
Yes.
With a
I
with a
say-
hat that says Cox on it.
Which
I like.
Yes. I say you can wear it
Joyce.
until it has holes in it. I swear to God, I don't. There's no time limit. Who cares? No time limit whatsoever.
Until I die. That's when I'll
Really?
stop wearing it. Yeah, look, it's everything Jamie said. It brings me so much happiness to see it. Now, I don't wear it a lot because I worry that wearing it, people are going to just assume, oh, that guy's bandwagon hopping. But, like, when I was getting dressed this morning, I almost put on my 2009 Eagle Bank Bowl Temple shirt.
Did you really?
Yeah, I didn't, but I wear it pretty regularly.
By the way, those
still.
bowl games aren't.
But it was the first bowl game they'd
I
been to
got
since
you.
1979, and
Hey.
I actually went to the game.
Hey, I'm thrilled.
You were there. So
I'm thrilled. It's my alma mater. I mean, I'm thrilled.
But I was at the game.
That's okay.
So
You bought a ticket. I got the parchment.
yeah, that's fine. I was cheaper, and I have someone say more smarter than that. But
More smarter.
Exactly. Your point is made, John. Your point is made.
I'm more smarter than you.
But no, this is ridiculous. I can't wear something because
No, it's
they're
not
a
that you
bad
can't
team.
wear
No,
it.
he's not saying you can. He
He's not saying
believes
you
it's
can't wear
expired.
it. It's just it looks like
expired.
it's a to me it's sort of like
Shelf life.
it's hanging on to.
Nostalgia.
Okay,
It's like
so
the guy who wears his high school jacket
No,
back
it's
to
not.
campus. So
Nah.
he wears his high school jacket when he's in college.
Well, wait a second. So if Pat has a 2008 Phillies jersey,
I do.
all right, you
Oh,
wear
sure.
that for a couple of years and then it hits its shelf life, so
What do
to
you mean, a
speak.
jersey?
But then you can bring it back again.
What do you mean, a
Exactly.
jersey?
So, well, whatever.
I have
no,
the shirt.
A championship.
saying.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
World Series
okay, yeah.
hoodie or whatever. But then it becomes retro and it comes back again. So,
So you
what is
just have
there?
to put it away.
Yeah, but it has to be put away to be retro.
See, this is crap. You wear it until it gets holes in it. Who cares?
Wednesday, I'm wearing the Phillies 08 shirt, and then Thursday, I'll wear the Temple one, and then Friday, I'll wear the Eagles one.
Okay,
Well, Bob, go ahead
By
down
the
to
way,
4th and
though,
Gerard and tell him.
my friends at Temple do appreciate, Pat, your fine patronage. They
Sounds
do.
like
Yeah,
Pat needs a swag
They do
bag.
admire.
I'm a
They
diehard.
do admire you. You are a diehard.
It was because, like, back in college, I would go around and walk around and ask kids, like, oh, hey, don't I have class with you? And I never did because I didn't go there, but I just wanted to feel a part of the community.
I would have loved to have gotten you in. I didn't know you at the time. I could have worked something.
Hey, it's fine. You know, we both ended up at the same place, John. Your tax bracket's a little
I
more
coulda
different than mine,
worked
but
something.
whatever.
You know, but is your back lawn looking good?
I don't have a lawn.
See?
So, exactly.
See, Natural Lawn of America.
Newman graduates don't have lawns.
See, Natural Lawn of America can't help you then, but they can help me and everybody else in the audience. You can get your lawn, your kids, your pets in a safer environment. You will love it. Schedule their full-service program and get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Natural Lawn of America with greener grass and fewer weeds guaranteed. You know what, Pat? I'm going to see if we can get a contract, a cement company on. Or something like
Power
that.
washer?
Like a power washer.
Well, then they can go to Anthony's and do his whole yard.
They do that. Anthony wanted to, do all that up.
Never
like
wanted to
that.
leave the city in the first
it's-
place.
It's the way it goes. I'm so pumped. Gentlemen asking is, where are you guys going?
Oh, I can't wait.
This 5-iron golf today. I'm very, very excited for this because we have not done, and it's one of the things that really has bummed me out is where my studios were. We would walk out of our studios, and you would have your choice of bars and restaurants in the same, just eye vision, 7-8 places you could go.
That's nice.
So we hung out, like coworkers hung out.
It's a lot easier to get a bite to
you want to
eat
go
and
get
then-
it? You want to go to lunch?
Yeah.
You want to
No,
grab
yeah.
something? You want to
Sure.
grab a beer? You want to go do
Yeah.
something and hang out? Do you want to meet beforehand? You
If
want to
that
do
was the case, we'd be getting beers every day after
Right.
the show with Bob.
So it's fun to be able to do this. And Beers with Bob, by the way, tomorrow night here on the Fanatic.
Big announcement tomorrow night on Beers with Bob.
Oh,
Yeah, just
second.
saying.
Wait a minute. Second
What a
edition.
tease. Tantalizing.
Second edition of the second season, and you got a big announcement.
Huge.
Wow. Second edition, second season,
Oh,
second
it's big.
episode.
It's big.
Netflix usually doesn't do this. They don't
No.
like drop bombs the second episode.
And we have the return of Andrew Salchunas in-house.
Yeah, I
Wait a
saw him
minute,
out
he's
there.
in chat?
Yeah.
He's here.
He's here in house with his negative test and all.
Sanitizer?
Yeah, you can,
Anything like that?
you can
Just
make
wanna
out with them and
sure.
everything, Johnny.
I saw him licking a doorknob. He's that
Oh,
clean.
that's really bad. It's real bad. Oh man.
High-fiving strangers at Wawa.
I would be on the line of it's fun to be able to we have not been able to do this as a team. Oh, I love that. Oh, my gosh. That felt
He'd
wonderful.
be a great masseuse. Just
He
stay
would
away
be.
from Deshaun.
Yeah, if he didn't kill you.
Don't do that. It's like, seriously.
I don't think Deshaun's sliding into his DMs.
I don't think so either. I love the fact that we're going to get to just hang out today a little bit.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it'll be great.
So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 golfers,
gonna be
Heavy
fun.
Chevy's coming.
right? 4
Heavy
of us.
Chevy will be there.
Heavy Chevy
Connor.
and
Yeah.
Connor.
It's going to be fun. It's
Yeah,
going
it's
to
going
be
to
good
be a real good time.
Who should we put our money on, Ant?
Bob Cooney, baby.
Attaboy.
He's steady. He's annoyingly steady, yeah.
You know what? I would have you sneaky.
If I'm on, I can
Yeah.
be sneaky,
Yeah, I
but
think you're
but I
sneaky.
have days where I'll shoot a 107 and want to break all my clubs.
You know, the K's been a year-round man down in
That's true.
Albuquerque.
That's true.
But and I got to tell you, since moving off the golf course years ago, we got to move this TV screen. Since moving off the golf course years ago, when we would play a ton. I don't play as much anymore. I rarely get to. Every event I play in is like a scramble, which hurts your game.
Totally,
which totally hurts your game.
Connor's going to take it the most seriously today.
Connor
I don't
takes
think there's anything about that.
Connor takes everything as serious as a heart attack.
I respect that.
You do like that?
Yes, I do.
I like it to a point. To a point, it's really good. But we'll coach Connor up. We'll coach him up.
Yeah, but I don't
Connor's
see
competitive.
Connor...
Can he take the pee faster than you? Can he? He took the fastest pee during the break. Can he? Connor's constantly in the competition. Look, I like it. Now, cuz it's like I sort of dig that.
You know,
I sort of
my
dig.
kind of guy.
Cuz, are you a? That was the thing is, I would love that. I said I think I had the. I'm stupid enough that I have my lowest score, the card posted and framed.
Oh, that's good.
Which is 79.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Guess what? I haven't come close to 89 in 3 years.
Nobody
Well, no,
cares,
I've come
but it's
close.
all right.
I've come close, but never close. In I don't think I've shot below 92, Bob, in 3 years.
Yeah, but guess what though? I listen. I'd frame that 79. That's
No,
great.
it was because I was playing a lot, and it was good. I had 8 bogeys and no par. I have no birdies. 8 bogeys.
That's a
no
great day.
But I don't. But I haven't gotten close to that. I haven't shot below. I was looking yesterday because you log them on the computer scores. My best score is 92 in the last 3 years.
I'm
That's
happy
my
with
best-
a 92 day.
That's my
You gotta
best.
get out. You gotta get the mic.
That's
You
my
gotta go to the
best
mic.
score.
Oh, Mike was showing me a scorecard the other day.
Oh, yeah. He's telling me.
yeah?
Yeah.
He busted it out
Playing well.
Friday night. He said, why don't you take a look at this?
What did he get?
An 89 and an 86.
Okay, that's fan.
His course is hard.
His course is tough, yeah.
It's a tough course.
Stiff.
And I said, that's really good, Mike.
So he's hitting them close.
Yeah, it's
I
a
would
tough
imagine
course.
Mike's got a good irons game.
I would think. I haven't actually seen him
I've
play.
never played with him.
I've only seen him
'Cause if
do
you
the
shoot-
celebrity shot.
If you shoot in the 80s, you usually have a great iron game.
Yeah. And you rarely three-putt.
And you rarely are 3-putting.
That's what kills me. I suck at putting.
Bob off the tee,
He's just steady.
fairway, you're steady.
He's smart, too. He doesn't play dumb, which is another problem I have. Because I'm like, I can put it through these trees. I'm good.
I play to win.
I get no distance.
I win.
I do not get distance off the tee because I don't know how to do a proper backswing. I don't. And anybody that wants to mess with my swing, I say, but why do I want to do this and tear apart my swing if I can write down 94, 95, 92, I'm very happy.
I can't get this thing up.
I'm very happy.
Don't you want to?
No, I don't want to tear I don't want to tear my game apart and then shoot 104, 105 and be frustrated.
Yeah, but then you'll hit it further, and you'll. At some
you look
point,
uncomfortable.
The key to my game is my second shot. So
Yes.
I'm pretty consistent off the tee. I'm pretty down the middle.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of distance. But no matter what we are, if it's 150 out, 210 out, I'm pretty consistent on my second shot.
See, now you hit
it's annoying.
greens in regulation.
Yeah.
Where I'll
I
chunk
take every
them.
hole as a par 5.
I can see that.
I rarely ever hit a green in regulation.
I'm pretty pumped if I do.
Oh, I'm dancing if I
Yeah.
I want to get Anthony out with
I will
us.
be 15. I'll be 15, 20 yards off the green in regulation.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
And I have to then chip on and then two-putt and say, oh, I got a bogey. Boy, if I just could have had a little more off the tee.
I think Anthony would love where we're going today because you don't have to be outside with all the allergies. You're inside. You got draft beer getting served to you.
Love it.
And you're playing Pebble Beach.
I know
it's all, that's a great concept. I've heard about it. It's outrageous.
Awesome.
It's going to be great.
I know what Anthony does love, too, though. Natural Lawn of America, the official lawn care company of spring, scheduled their full-service program to get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED with Natural Lawn of America. You get greener grass and fewer weeds guaranteed.
Is this crossover going to end soon?
I like the fact that Anthony, though, has distinct tastes.
Yes.
I don't trust people that don't have distinct tastes.
You know what Anthony likes and dislikes.
You know how Coach doesn't like whistlers.
Do you know that about Coach?
No.
He doesn't trust whistlers.
People who whistle.
Really?
He thinks it's a sign of psychosis, I think. People who whistle.
Whistlers?
Where he is the psychotic, so it's funny. But
that's weird.
I don't trust guys who won't give their opinion.
Yeah, well.
What do you think about that? Yeah, well, I can sort of understand how.
Nah, you don't like wishy-washy.
No, I want somebody who has an
You're not a
opinion.
wishy-washy man.
Right, you can't do
You're
that.
a washy-washy, not a wishy-washy.
That's Deshaun's territory.
There you go.
I mean, come on.
Hey, Pat Egan, you did a great job today, dude.
Creep.
19. I heard you talk about the lawyer today.
Yeah. Creep.
19.
Creep.
What?
The Jenny Vrentis story yesterday was
terrible.
Yeah, that was
Hey.
it. Yep.
Pat Egan, you kicked butt today. Really good job. Connor and Mike, you guys are awesome as always. Pat and Jamie. Pat, I think you were exceptional today. Jamie, I think you were annoying as hell, but you were damn good. It was fun. And we hope you'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 for the John Kincade Show. I'll be depressing as hell, too. Here tomorrow morning on The Fanatic.
Good night, and have a safe trip home.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Today's John Kincade Show takeover is brought to you by Natural Lawn of America. 800-FREE-SEED. Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed.
Well, if you're planning on hiring a lawn care service, doesn't it make sense to hire a company that provides better results and is safer for your family and pets? That's why I chose Natural Lawn of America. That's my lawn care company. Natural Lawn provides homeowners with greener grass and fewer weeds using an exclusive organic-based lawn care product. Now, this isn't a cookie-cutter lawn care service. Natural Lawn tailors their applications to your lawn-specific needs. And their unique approach to lawn care has